This your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live, and we gonna play the intro before we get this show started.
He say, basement, boxing tall. You know I'm a warrior, right? Fuck that, I'm a champion. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. I'm feeling cocky. I hit a thing to beat the ring, a boof up like I'm Rocky. ASAP, any opponent think they can stop me. I stay strapped, chop tryna learn my moves so you can copy. You gotta give it your all. Gotta give it your all. When you're back against the wall. When you're back against the wall. When you the one people call. When you the one people call. To keep greatness involved. To keep greatness involved. Basement, boxer talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxer talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect.
It's your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live, and we in the building. Like my good brother, salute to my good brother Brandon Cunning in the building, and Black Star should be coming through, and we got a special guest, two special guests. We got the $1 Million Baby 513, and we got Little Hurricane. Salute to y'all. Y'all gotta unmic yourself, unmute yourself.
Oh, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Salute to my brother Mike 202 in the building. What's good, Mike? Ain't seen or heard from you in a minute. Salute my good brother. Yes, sir. So, we're gonna get this show rolling. We got the $1 Million Baby 513 in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's what's up. We got a Little Hurricane in the building. What's good?
What's up?
What's up? So, let's start with $1 Million Baby real quick. Oh, she done dropped off. All right, we're gonna start with you, Little Hurricane. Tell the people about yourself, man. Tell them about yourselves.
I'm gonna tell you about myself that I only got 3 fights and
First of all, how old are you? How old?
just 9 years old.
9 years old. You boxing at what weight class?
I'm 9 years old.
You're 9. Boxing at what weight class?
What you say? I didn't hear you.
You boxing at what weight class?
60. 60. No, yeah, 60.
60 pounds.
60
So what
pounds
grade
to
you in?
65. What you say? I didn't hear you.
What grade you in?
4th grade.
Okay. So tell us a little about yourself. What got you into boxing?
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said, what got you into boxing?
I got you playing your box. What
What got you in boxing, son?
I gotta turn that something in the background. Getting feedback. Hurricane, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So you can explain to the people what got you in boxing, homie.
I've been around boxing, cause my sister, she used to be boxing. I've been around it, so that's what got me into it. My older brother, he used to box, and my sister, she boxed too. So that got me into boxing.
We got a question for you.
We trying to
Mike,
see how we can show my fight.
what'd you say?
I can show my face, but we can't do it.
Oh, that's cool. Don't worry about it. Hey, we got Mike 202. He getting some feedback from y'all. Gotta turn something down.
It's the TV. We trying to get it together.
Let me see. Is the feedback coming back now? All right, I'm gonna try that. Mike 202 say, what city you from? To the hurricane.
Oh, we from Cincinnati, Ohio.
The hurricane.
We trying to get everything together, so it might be a little.
Are you there?
Yes, we here.
All right. Yeah, Mike 202 asked, what city you from? What city y'all from?
We trying to get everything together, so it might be, you know.
All right. Cool. Well, Mike, they from Cincinnati, Ohio. And shit, until they get the technical difficulties together, we're just gonna talk this boxing shit like we usually do. Okay.
Can we like turn the camera on? Or,
Go ahead.
all right.
Can y'all hear me? All right. Well, Mike 202 asked, what city y'all from?
Can you hear us?
Y'all hear y'all.
Okay.
Mike 202 asked, what city y'all from?
Cincinnati, Ohio. You said was school from?
So, $1 million baby, who got you in the boxing?
Well, it was like my older brother, and I was like around it when I was littler. He used to be like in the gym and stuff, and actually, my daddy was training with him for a fight for the Silver Gloves, and I was like 3 years old, and then I said, "Daddy, I want to turn." My mother was like, my dad was like, "Nah, you don't know what you're doing, sit down." And my mama was like, "Nah, let her get a turn. She can do it." So he was like, "All right, come on." And then I got in my stance and I threw my jab. I was like tripping, but I knew what I was doing. He was like, "Oh, I know what she's doing. She knew what she's doing. So we can work with her." So that's what like brought me into boxing. So I just went from there.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
What grade you in?
I'm in 7th grade. I'm about to be 13 next month.
Okay. How many amateur fights you got?
How many amateur fights?
Yes.
Like kind of like 10, 8, like 10.
So
But it'd be hard to find people to fight me, so I don't really get that many fights.
Explain what you mean by that.
Say, like, it'd be hard to find people to fight me because people be knowing about me and they all be wanting to fight. They be like, all right, we know that little girl. We don't want to fight her. We don't want to smoke with her. So they be scared of me. They be running from me.
So you mean tell me it's hard for you to find fights because the little girls are scared to fight you?
Yep. That's exactly what I'm telling you.
So if someone's scared to fight you, how many fights you have in you got two fights. I said if the little girls want scared to get in the ring, how many fights you think you have when you get now?
like 20, something like that.
Sue said, what are you guys interested in instead of boxing outside of that?
Actually, outside of boxing, I cheer for my school.
Okay.
And I'm trying to do basketball, but I don't want to do too many things at once, so I just stick with my little 2 sports. Outside of boxing, I do football, and that's what it's it. Football and boxing.
What position you play in football?
Running back, and corner / linebacker, and then / safety, and then.
Okay. I know he says a double feed on the screen. That's because I think they got it on their streams with their TV. Hold on. Brandon, you there? I don't know why that's double feed.
Can y'all hear us better?
Yeah, it's like a double feedback. You can hear us. That might be better right there.
Like an echo?
Yeah, keep that echoing sound. There we go. Okay, let's finish the interview. So, you saying we got 12-year-old girls scared of you, and if they wouldn't be scared of you, you would have about 20 fights. You said you have 20 fights in by now.
Mm-hmm.
So, any 12-year-old girls or anybody out there that you trying to call out? Rihanna who? Tell the people who she is. Rihanna who?
Brianna Tinez. Brianna Tinez. Brianna Tinez. Martinez. So
Where she box out of? Where she box from?
California.
Okay, tell us a little bit about her. I'm not familiar with her.
Okay, so we actually fought before in the silver gloves, and I beat her. But like last time we went, I actually lost to her. So I'm trying to get back at her and get that win.
Right. Okay. Where was that silver gloves? Where was that tournament located at?
What you say?
Where was that? Where was the silver tournament at?
Kansas City.
Okay.
It was the Nationals.
How long ago was that?
Like a year ago. 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Never, 2 years ago. Well, you've been wanting to get back there. Say she can't beat you now.
She couldn't beat me then. What you say?
Right. What was the decision on that fight that you lost?
What you say?
What was the decision on the fight that you lost?
What was the decision?
Yeah, how did the judges score it?
I think I don't really remember. I know.
Do you know what mistakes you made in that fight?
Yes.
What was the mistakes you made in that fight, and what did you learn from that fight?
Well, what I learned from that fight is that I was actually grabbing when I got like tired, and I learned like that's just gonna make me even more tired. So I ain't on that. And can you give me 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Alright, I'm here though.
All right, tell us a little bit about you, more about you. When your next fight? When was your? Tell people about your last fight. Your last fight. You just had a fight. You just had a fight a few weeks ago, didn't you?
My last fight was September the 18th. I fought that one. I won though, but I wasn't really on my stuff. I could have did better.
What do you think you could have? What do you think you could learn from that fight that you could have did better?
Yes, I could have did better because like I wasn't really throwing no punches because like I'm really a counter fighter. I wasn't throwing no punches.
So if you had to do that fight over, you threw the jab out more or something.
Yes, you got a jab, man.
It's cool.
Alright, give me a second. Back to me. Just something.
So where was we at? Where did we leave off at?
So that's not when we was talking about my mistakes. Well, yeah, I lost that fight. I mean, it wasn't even all of that, but yeah, I lost, and I'm gonna get that back. I'm gonna get that. All these girls ducking me. I don't know if she want to fight or if she ducking me, but she can't beat me now. She can't beat me. That fight. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't even all that.
Can anybody hear me? I can't hear anything.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
We can hear you loud and clear, bro.
She might won that fight, but nah, she can't beat me. She can't beat me.
So when your next fight?
And actually in December.
December.
The Worlds, Louisiana.
Worlds in Louisiana.
And y'all know when I come through, it's gonna be some trouble.
What you mean it's gonna be some trouble? Tell the people what you're talking about.
Like y'all know, I'm the Floyd. These girls can't beat me.
I see you kind of boisterous. Hurricane, he over there. I see you kind of boisterous. You voicing your opinion really good.
Yep.
You got confidence. My man Mike 202 said he love your confidence. Hurricane, you kind of shy, huh?
Well, he kind of looks at this, so. But
that's cool.
He cool though.
Cool. So, and these tournaments coming up in Louisiana, what weight class you fighting in?
What you say?
I said the tournaments coming up in Louisiana, what weight class you coming in at? 80 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So you calling out any 80 pounder?
Any 80 pounders, if you be at the Worlds, just know I'ma flood you. Just know that.
Well, if some people don't know what you mean by flooding, tell them what you mean.
Like I'm winning that. I'm winning that. That's all me. It's all me. Don't be ducking. You gotta come down there because in the tournaments you have to fight me. You can't duck me. Can't do none of that. So I see you there.
So Hurricane, tell the people about your last fight. You explained that you a counter puncher, and you could have threw your hands a little bit more. But what else did you learn from that fight?
I learned that like. What you talk about your last fight? Yeah, the last fight. Cause that dude, they tried to fleece us. Dude, he was 10 years old. I'm 9. He was 70-something pounds, and I'm 60.
Okay.
And I learned that like he was like a real big fight. He was like big. He like a big puncher. Overhands and stuff like that. And he was real big too. So you gotta like go to the body more. But I didn't really go to the body, so I was waiting too much. I know I was head hunting. I mean, but I won though. So that's all that matters. He still did good, but he could have less like waited, because the more you wait, they winning. Yeah. So
Right.
you could have threw more punches instead of headhunt. You could have dropped down to his body, but you was doing good with that overhand. That hook, you was doing good with that, but you could have threw more than just that.
Seems like you a second coach, huh?
I'm his man.
First
You his
coach.
main coach.
Yep. I mean, we learn from our mistakes. So when he got that opportunity, when we get that next opportunity, we got it this time.
Yeah, because, like, I used to fight like this. Now I'm fighting like this, but in my fight, I fight with my hands now. He ain't really even punch me.
That's cool. So what's y'all plans for the future? What's your plans for the future? What y'all want to do in life?
So when I get older, I want to be a choreographer. But if I can't be that, I want to be an interior designer, like to design houses and all that stuff. And
Right.
a choreographer, if that don't work out, a choreographer, like do different genres of dance. But my main thing is I'm gonna be a boxer, so y'all gonna catch me in the future.
Yeah, Mike 202 said, do y'all got any fights on YouTube or something?
Yeah.
Y'all do?
Yes, actually you can look me up on YouTube. Amira Sutherland, Tennessee. So I got a story real quick. So actually one of the fights on there, it was like a long journey. So we went down to Tennessee, and it was Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I actually had a fight with this girl, and she was like, the girl fought her trainer. I think it's her trainer or her dad. He was actually in the movie Creed 2. The big white dude that had, no, it wasn't Creed 2, it was the first Creed. Well, the second one, yeah. And he was like the big one, the big white dude with the bald head and had the tattoos on him and stuff. And he was actually in the ring boxing with Creed when Creed was getting ready for that fight. And then it was an attire.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Okay, so I fought I think it was his daughter or his trainer. No, it wasn't his daughter. It was his fighter. His fighter. So I actually fought her and beat her easy. That was so easy. So when we went down there, everybody didn't know me. They was like, I'm just this little black girl that's finna get beat up or whatever. And they didn't know me. But after I left, they knew me. So during the fight, as soon as we come out, jab and fight her, boom, boom, Canelo, hit her with that, boom, boom, hook, turned her, boom, boom, did it again, and I actually gave her I think it was an 8 count, but they didn't give it to me. They never give me 8 count or my drops or that I give other people and stuff. So, and also in that fight, we actually tied up and we actually both fell on top of each other. But then after I got back up, I was dominating her. That fight was easy. It was easy. Y'all can actually go watch it. It's on my YouTube channel, Amira Sutherland, and y'all can go watch it, look it up. And I actually got a couple more other things on there, but it was when I was younger. So yeah, but my main thing is my Instagram. So y'all can go check that out.
Tell me, give me your Instagram page.
$1 Million Baby 513, and it's all one word. And actually, down there, this was my biggest supporter. This was the man right there in the corner. Come on, Mira, you gotta throw this. Come on, Mira. He be right there when I be fighting. So I'm grateful for him and I love him.
Right, that's what's up. So what about you? Little Hurricane? What's your plans, man? If you don't be
My plans in the future is to because I play football, I want to make it to the NFL, but if I don't get chosen for the NFL, I'm going to go back to boxing. And if I don't make it in boxing, go to football. on my like, I got so yeah, that's for sure. And, my first fight, it was in Atlanta, yeah, Atlanta, and that's my fault. I won. He was easy. I had to be careful on my weight. But we found out that he was a shrimp. So he was a shrimp. I was 60. He was 50 something. They said he was.
Say what? He was a shrimp. What you mean?
I said he was a shrimp.
He was a shrimp. What you mean? What you mean by that?
I mean by this. He wasn't this right here.
What's that? Show everybody what's that. What's that?
It's the muscle.
Mr. Muscle.
It's the
How many-
muscle for me.
How many pull-ups you doing?
Well, we usually do 10, but my highest pull-ups it was 20, 21. But we
So
be
when you-
doing like push-ups and stuff.
So what's a typical day for y'all in training?
Every day, almost every day, except for Friday.
What do you guys do when you train? Tell me how y'all workout goes. Explain to me how y'all workouts go.
Get to the end, then we'll shadow box, begin with shadow boxing. Then like we'll
No, like
shadow boxing, right?
no. When we go to the gym, first of all, we like run this route. It's like a hill you gotta run up. It's like 3 miles. And man, it be blazing hot outside. It don't matter raining, snow, wet, it don't matter. We still running. We gotta run up and gotta run down. We used to have to run it twice, but they changed it to 1. So we run up it and then we come back. Then after we do that, we like get ready to spar, and then we do at least like 20, 10, 20, 15 rounds of sparring. And like we spar all day in the gym. We spar everybody, get in the ring. You go in there with this person. You go in there. And it'd be like 4 people in the ring. And it'd be like a pair. And this person be sparring that person. Then this person be sparring that person. And then everybody be high. We spar all day in the gym. If we just spar all day until it's time to go. So sometimes we spar all day. Sometimes we don't. So once we spar, like, so we'll spar like 10 rounds if we don't spar all day, and then we'll hit the bag, and then hit the bag. You come here so I can hit the pads with you. Then you go back to the bag. You come on, and then it'd be like 4 or 5 coaches. It'd be a rotation, and then if they pull you from the bag, you got to go to this coach, and then this coach, and then this coach, and go back to the bag. So we'll do at least like 10 rounds of hitting the bag, and then going back and forth with the coaches. And then we'll like do sprints some days, or some days we'll do an Indian run. The Indian run, if y'all don't know what that is when we all get into a line, and then the person in the back, they sprint to the front, and then get in front of that person and start jogging. And then the next person go, and then it's like a rotation. You run around the whole gym. So sometimes we'll do that, sometimes we'll sprint, and sometimes we'll do our exercises. Well, we just do a lot. Some days we just sparring all day. Some days we doing different things. Some days we conditioning. And we just be doing a lot. We've been doing this for a long time.
I said doing it for a long time. Yeah, I ain't that old. How long you actually been doing it?
My sister, the MDB, she started at 5 years old. I started 5 years old too. So 5, now she's 12. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 12. She's been doing this for 7 years.
You talking about you been doing it since you was 5?
Yeah.
Well, actually, 5, 3. I've been in the car seat at the gym, watching and picking it up and doing all of that. I've been there since I was 3, and actually started doing things at the age of 5. And I've been doing this since I was 5, and now look at me, I'm 12. I'm the OG. Everybody know me. I'm just OG. I'm the queen of the gym. I run the gym and all of that. And everybody know me. Like Carissa Shields, O'Shea, Tommy Hearns,
Christina Hammer. I met all of them just at one fight. Francesca Cruz, all of that, everybody. They know me. I feel
Hey,
love.
Mike 202 said, "Y'all sound like vets in the game. Y'all sound like veterans in the game."
Yeah. So I actually went to one of Carissa fights in Detroit when she fought Hannah Gabriel. Oh yeah, Hannah Gabriel won me too. That was a good fight, an excellent fight. I think it was a good experience for Carissa and Hannah Gabriel. I think that fight was, I liked it. I loved it. That's my favorite fight of Carissa. And so actually, what happened? We was walking in to actually get into the fights, and then that's when Carissa walked out, and then that's when she saw me. She was like, $1 million baby. She came up and gave me a hug, and I gave her a hug. And then she was like, y'all, she the truth. She the champ. And she raised my hand. She was like, she the champ.
Salute to my brother AK, the Apostle. Good brother, how you doing?
She was like, she gonna be something.
All is well, man.
We
Just
got
checking out the interview.
pictures and videos. She was talking to me, and then I got in the ring after the fight. I went backstage after the fight, and I didn't even have a VIP pass. I just went back there. I was back there with her. We was chatting it up. I gave her a dab. I gave her a hug. Good job. That was a good experience for me. I actually liked it. I had fun. I got a picture with everybody, all the boxers. I got a picture with all of them, and it was fun. I actually was on TV, because we were sitting in the seat, and then actually, like, you know how the camera be at the fights, and then it be like showing everybody actually
right.
showing. Yeah, I just had fun. I really loved it. But the part for me that was like funny was when Christina Hammer got in the ring and Carissa and them was finna scrap right there. So that was actually funny. Yeah. And yeah, so that was just a good experience. I love that. If I had a chance to do it again, I would. Yep, already VIP. Yeah. I don't need no VIP pass because I'm coming straight through.
Salute to my good brother Mike 202. Salute to Bruce Gold. Salute to my good brother AK Apostle that came in the building.
I can't hear.
So it seemed to me, yeah, we can hear you. It seemed to me that y'all quite famous already.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, everywhere I go, people be like, "Oh, that's the $1 million baby. Oh, can I get a picture?" I remember one time I was at the Silver Gloves, and it was this little girl, and she had some mini boxing gloves, and then their parents was like, "Oh my gosh, she loves you. She watch you all the time. Can we get a picture?" So I got a picture with her. And yeah, I was like, "Oh my God, people really know me." And then people be coming up to my dad like, "Oh, that's the $1 million baby. Oh my God, I watch her page all the time. She is live. I be telling my family, my whatever." And I don't even be knowing them people. And I'm like, y'all all know me for real? People that I don't know, but they know me. I'm like, okay.
All from your Instagram, your Facebook, and YouTube, huh?
All for the things I do. Like, it's hard work. It's hard work. From my heart. And
but
sometimes
explain to us what the hard work is. Explain it, because a lot of people feel that they think it ain't a lot of hard work just put into this boxing. They don't think that they think they can just breeze by and just come in and do what they want. And you like you being a young age talking about hard work. Explain to me hard work.
So actually, me being a girl, I actually got to go in there and spar with all them boys, spar with all the bigger boys, spar with all of them that's taller than me or whatever. I actually got to spar with boys. All I do is spar with boys. And as him, with him, he spar the boys. I mean, cause he is a boy. And for me, on the boys, some of them put pressure on me, some of them don't. Well, it's actually harder for me because they boys. Boys more athletic and boys this, boys that. But for me being a girl, I actually go in there and beat them boys up. You won't expect that out of a girl, but I actually go in there and beat them boys up like I beat them girls up. So when I spar girls, it be easy. It be easy because I work hard and I spar with the boys and I do what the boys do, so it be easy for me. But now the new boxers or beginners, or I really don't know. And it's just that's when I come in. I go with the beginners and like all the small guys, cause like they'll separate us from the small ones to the big guys. Yeah,
Right.
and like to the 90-pounders and like the 55 and 60s and stuff. And even if he do go with me, I work on stuff. I work on my defense, perfect my jab, do this, work on combinate, do whatever. So that's all it is. When we actually do work with the little kids, we like defense. They have us on defense or do this. But yeah, that's it. I do what boys do. That doesn't mean I'm a boy. That doesn't mean that I'm actually still a young lady, and I still do what young ladies do. Some people expect me to still do what mans do or be a tomboy or do this. I'm not. I'm still a young lady, even though I do a man's sport and do what men do. But I'm still a young lady, and I still got that lady in me. So don't expect nothing different, nothing else. So yeah,
That's much respect. So Hurricane, when your next flight, man? You just trying to get in the ring. When the next time you trying to get back in the ring?
Don't he go to the Worlds? Oh, he's trying to get another fight before. He's trying to get a fight. I think somebody is throwing some fights somewhere for him somewhere in October. It's kind of hard for me to get fights too, cause I'm her brother. People look at me different too. They look at her way different than me. Like, oh, that's the $1 million baby brother. I don't want smoke. Yeah. I don't want smoke. I'm cool. Or just something like, I don't want no smoke. We good. So it is kind of hard for him to find fights too because of his weight and how he's smaller, his age. So I'm only 4 feet plus I'm only 4 feet and down.
He said I'm only 4 feet. Hey, so what 60 pounder you calling out?
That's for sure. What you say?
What 60 pounder little Hurricane calling out?
Who you calling out? Slim Reaper. I was supposed to fight him.
Tell me the story behind
The story behind me and Slim Reaper. I was supposed to fight this little dude named Baby Goat. He got 8 fights. I was supposed to fight him, but they backed down. He didn't want to fight, but we cool. I'm cool with him. Slim Reaper, we ain't cool. We not cool. He over here dissing on me and all that stuff because I ain't make weight. That's not I was supposed to make weight. I was supposed to go down to 60. I mean, I was at 60. I was supposed to go down to 50. 55. No, not 55. Yeah, 55. I was supposed to go down to 55. But I couldn't make weight. So it was a tournament. And into the tournament, I ain't get to go because
Hey, Mike 202 say Hurricane come out and get some work out of DMV.
What's the DMV?
The DMV, Baltimore, DC, West Virginia, all that around that area, Maryland, all around that area. Hey, tell them we gonna.
I want it.
Tell them what you say. What you say, Hurricane?
Who they got for both of us?
Who they got for both of y'all? Hey, Mike 202, they say who they got for both of them?
I'm 12 years old, 80 pounder, 60 pounder.
Salute to my good brother PGH Big Dog. Salute, good brother. Salute Bruce Goals.
Basement checking.
Hold on.
We'll fight anybody. I'm the champ. Anytime, anybody can get it. Anytime, anywhere, any place, wherever. Let's get it popping. We want the smoke. We want all the smoke. I only got 3 fights. I need to pick up some fights. Plus 2. She got 10. 10, right? Yeah, like 10. Yeah, she's like 10 fights. So I need more fights to pick up. I mean, I think he gonna pass me in fights. Well, I'm gonna pass you up in fights. I think he gonna pass me up in fight because he like a boy.
Okay, I got it.
It's kind of hard. But it's kind of hard to like get to these fights because of the money, and we also got like 3 other siblings, and we don't be having nobody to watch them or all of this, and it's a struggle getting to this fights because of money, because they be costing a lot. You have to pay to have you get in there, gas or tickets, and when you get down there, food and where you're staying, and all this other stuff. But it actually still be tough, even though. So sometimes if we don't pop up at these tournaments, just know it's one of them reasons. And we also got 3 other siblings, 2 other siblings. Yeah, so. And we don't got no sponsors or nothing, so it's hard, it's tough. But we started a GoFundMe page to donate. You can donate if you want, whatever. You don't got to, but it's cool. No matter.
Hey, we gonna work on that. The people out here in the audience listening to people on YouTube. Oh yeah. Hey, I got that Mike 202. I seen that. I'm gonna pass the word along to him too. Okay. Yeah. With that being said, you know. No, I was talking to one of the guys. I was asking one of the guys in the audience.
Oh, okay. He was talking to one of the guys.
Salute to T. White.
Shout out. Is it a lot of viewers? Hey,
yeah, we got a lot of viewers. Yeah, we got a few viewers in here. We got a few viewers watching. Hey, Kate, anything you want to say? Brandon?
I can't think of anything, so I'll pass it on to you guys right now.
Yeah, man, just tell them keep doing what they're doing, man, and just look to see more from them in the future.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for supporting us. Thanks.
Oh, Mike 202 says, shout out to your parents, man. Shout out to the parents for the way they've been raising y'all. That's cool. We appreciate y'all for coming through. Hurricane and $1 Million Baby. Anything y'all want to say before we end this with y'all?
Stay tuned. We're going to be coming back more often. We're going to be coming back. Just know to the girl, Brianna Martez, I'm going to be coming back stronger, better, faster, and 10 times harder than I was before. Just knowing anybody want to smoke, just come get me, hit me up in my Instagram, $1 Million Baby 513. You can go catch me there. And yeah, we just thank for the support.
What about you, Hurricane? What's your last words?
What's your last words? Your last words. My last word is this Fletcher right here. See this? Some of these boys out here don't got these.
Right. Hey. We're going to go on and finish the rest of the interview. We appreciate y'all for coming through. And tell your dad I'm going to get in touch with you, man. It's an open invitation tournament that Mike 202 talked about.
Okay. Big salute. Shout out to Boxing Talk.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thanks for the interview.
You welcome. Thank you.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace. Good brother, AK Apostle. What's good, brothers?
What's popping, bro? What's going on?
You know, we're talking this boxing. What's good?
Ain't too much, man. What you want to touch
Hey,
on? Still sound like you got a feedback.
You still hear it?
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bounce out and come back in then.
All right, I'm staying.
Damn.
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. You know what I mean?
Is it still there?
2, 2. It sounds like you got something else. It's like you got the video on or something. Are you watching it on YouTube or something?
Hell no. Hold on. Damn, that's crazy as hell. I'm on my.
Or do you got another device? You got another device on?
Hold on. Let me turn this off.
Two. Still there.
Man, I'm gonna leave and come back. What about now?
2. Yeah, you back right.
Okay, cool. There we go. Brandon, good brother Brandon.
Hey, can you guys hear me? I had to keep dropping off and I
we can
lost
hear
sound and everything.
Yes,
okay.
Sir. We can hear you. So shit, hey, let's start off with this fight that's supposed to go on Monday. Brandon, can you do a little explaining about it?
I mean, really, it really came down to a mandatory bout for the IBF title for Kambosos and Lopez, which has been getting pushed back and reschedules, seems like since forever. And now it's not going to happen at all because Triller said they're not going to do the fight on the 16th and they're going to do some rap battle on the 17th. So it's a huge mess right now. I mean, and I go on the record and say this is one of the reasons why if you're a boxing promotional company, you take your time and figure out what you're doing. You don't just try to jump in with everything you got and all of that, because this has been a disaster from February up until now, in my opinion.
Got a good brother, Black Star Sports 2.0 in the building. What's good?
What's going on, my brother? What's going on, man? Shoot, bro. Man, my bad for the late tardiness, man. I've been running around this morning, man. Then when I looked at the clock, I was like, oh man. So I had to make a mad dash up in here. What's going on, brothers? AK in the building, Brandon in the house, man. What's going on, fellas? And my good brother Basement, of course.
What's good?
Hey man, same old, man,
Hey, Brandon was just breaking down the bad news.
Oh,
what
happened? I didn't say bad news. I said, because to me, I remember I said this month ago that this Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos fight wasn't going to happen.
You did call it. You did. Hey, I'm gonna say you did call it. It's bad news to me, man. I was looking forward to seeing something.
But
so,
see,
here's
the thing.
Go ahead, AK.
Here's the thing, though. It comes down to whether or not the IBF is going to uphold the mandatory. If they say they're going to uphold that mandatory, the fight still got to happen.
That's true. The problem you're going to have is Triller has wasted so much time that, okay, if it's going to be a mandatory, it goes to purse bid. Matchroom can do it. Matchroom might not want to do it. Top Rank can do it. The problem that I see with all of this is that we're talking about since February. This is going to be October. And you guys, I mean, other than Teofimo getting COVID, Triller has just dropped the ball in every situation when it comes to this fight.
I don't think so.
I mean, why do you see that Triller didn't drop the ball in this one?
I think you know what it is, man. The powers that be around don't really want outsiders coming in there and making headway in their game. Because like only thing they did was win the purse bid and try to put on a fight. Everything else happened on his own. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to work with these guys and get them in the ring, man. It's a song and dance here and it's a song and dance there. Triller gonna take the rap for it because they put their name on it, but I think it's a little bit of both. You know what I mean? Because again, if these respective companies, Top Rank, wanted to fight, all they had to do was pay the boys, and Triller wouldn't have been involved in the first place.
Well, and you're right on that one, but that's why I think it comes down to having a relationship. Because the thing is, Triller doesn't own either one of these fighters.
Exactly.
So neither one of these guys have a reason to see. The only reason why Triller is involved is because they won the bid and bid the most. Nobody said, "Oh my God, I want Triller to do this. I love Triller, Triller."
Right.
So that's why I said Triller should take time, because one, you might have the money, but if I don't know you, the second you give me a reason to think you're not going to do something, I stop trying anything. You tell me if I think you're not going to pay me because I never worked with you before, you don't get 100% out of me. So that could be the case. But I think Triller should have not bid as much money because the fight's not worth that much money.
Right.
I know Basement's talking about he was looking forward to the fight, which is bullshit. You and I both know you don't care. You don't even know who George Kambosos is. I didn't know who George Kambosos was, and I love boxing. I'm like, who is George Kambosos? I had to go look him up because it's like, dude, nobody's been waiting for this fight for years to happen. Literally, Kambosos, if Kambosos was not the mandatory for the IBF title, he would not have a shot at Lopez right now.
Man, yeah, but I'm glad that Teofimo getting some mud in his face though after all that smack he been talking for the last year. So
Facts.
Running around ducking Devin Haney and all that situation, man. That's a fight right there.
Knock it off. Ain't nobody. No. The only people ducking Devin Haney is Ryan Garcia and them cats over
there. Hey, I'm glad y'all didn't talk that up, man. Even though, I am disappointed because I really want to see how this fight went down on a Monday. I never seen a boxing match on a Monday.
I
So I just okay. My bad. I'm talking about of this magnitude of a fight.
Kovalev fought on the Monday before.
Okay. Well, Monday Night Football being involved too?
People need to stop that, man. Listen, man. Boxing fans have got too. I don't know what the word I can use for boxing fans. Y'all doing too much, man. Do you want to see boxing on Monday at night or you don't? You got an option. You watch the game or the fight. That's okay. It's a fight.
But I'm just saying, into being a manager or promoter, shouldn't that something they should have took into consideration, depending on who was playing Monday night?
Hey, Brandon, Basement. I know one thing: if the fight happened, not neither one of us gonna lose near a dime.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
I mean, he's right. I mean, I wasn't gonna buy the fight because I don't have any interest in seeing it. So they could have done it on Saturday night. I wasn't gonna watch it. I don't know why they would pick a Monday anyway, and then say it's a pay-per-view on a Monday in October. It's just like, if you don't want people to watch the fight, then just don't do the fight, because a Monday night pay-per-view for $50 is ridiculous. Yeah. Then and no fault to the fighters, but I mean the undercard was not something I wanted to see anyway. I mean, this undercard, I nothing against the fighters, no bad talk to the fighters. If you get in the ring and you fight, but if you're gonna give me a pay-per-view on a Monday, you got to give me a really good reason to even think about buying it. And I felt like they really didn't do that with this Monday night move.
Roger said Monday Night Football is king, so as far as ratings go.
Man, people be watching Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, man, that's crazy though, man. But you know, I mean, for all the stuff that Teofimo been talking, and I know AK
Oh,
don't
here he come
believe
again.
that
Here he come again. There you go.
he
Here you
dodging
go.
he dodging my boy Devin Haney, but he dodging the hell out of Devin Haney. We can't we can't sit up here.
Okay. We're gonna take the Pepsi challenge. Okay, put him in the ring. Put him in the ring. What is he scared of Devin Haney for?
Hey man, he won't
Tell
put his
me.
name on that contract.
Tell me what he's scared of though.
Hey, we'll find out if he ever get in the ring with him, because he sure ain't trying to get in there. He trying to do everything. Look, this man will run around and talk all the greasiness he can talk. Oh, this man got, talk about a man's lips and all this stuff and how he this and I mean he really took it out there. You can't go all the way out there and then pull it back when it's time when somebody say, well, look, man, here, sign this. Let's get it. You can't start talking about, well, I got bigger things going on. You're not really a champion. I'm undisputed anyway. I don't need you. You got a belt and you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You got to handle that business. You can't be walking up and down the street talking about this and that about a dude, and everybody in the street looking at you like, "Hey, man, that go dude right there."
Now,
man, he ain't on my level.
Right now, 135. Teofimo Lopez got the best resume.
Man,
hold on. What you say, AK?
Right now, at the 135-pound division, out of all of the people there, Teofimo got the best resume. Disputed.
Okay. But here's the thing, though. Here's my only thing with it. He beat Lomo, and since then there's been
Richard Comey.
Okay,
what
Richard
does that
Comey.
mean? What does that mean? What do you have to compare it to, though?
He beat the two champions.
Okay. Put Devin in there with either one of them guys.
No. Give me your two. I gave you two. Give me two. Give me two. Give me your two.
I'll give you my two. I think Lomo has a much better record at 135 than Teo. Even though he lost to Teofimo, he might have beat him, but the overall record, I still got to give it to Lomachenko, because Lomachenko has the one thing Teofimo hasn't done. He hasn't defended his title. You got to.
Well, right now, who got the strap? Lomachenko strap. He's strapless right now, right?
Lomachenko.
He without a belt, right?
You're right.
He's without a belt.
He doesn't have a belt.
Yeah, he's a man looking for a belt.
Haney has WBC belt though.
Won't nobody get in the ring with Devin, though.
But check this out. Can I point out something, though, for everybody, though? Let's look at something, though. You got Devin Haney, Boo Boo Andre. They made Shakur and Jamel fight each other. And if it wasn't for the WBO, Bub would be in the same situation. Y'all see what they doing to all them boys that ain't on the right side of the street? They freezing all of them out.
So now, hold on, I got a question for you, AK. What is the right side of the street then?
Man, listen, man. They done convinced them boys that being over there with Al and them ain't where to be, but you see where all of them end up that ain't over there. You don't see Earl Spence complaining about fights. You don't see the Charlo brothers complaining about fights. You don't see Tank them complaining about fights.
I'm glad you said that, right? Because a year ago I said that same shit on this show. I was saying that. I said, man, listen, when everything was going through with the zone, when they was talking this Triple G, when they was talking this Canelo shit, I said the same thing a year ago. Hey, you don't ever see no PBC fighters wanting or even wanting for money. I'll keep them somehow another happy, even they announcing, they doing something, but they still making money. You don't hear no PBC fighters wanting for money. But then when you look at the other side of these camps, you go to the zone, it's people like we say, when the last time Devin Haney been in the ring?
Well, I mean, he fought Linares a couple of months ago. I don't think there's an issue with money, because most of these guys who are top out there now, this is probably the first time in a few years where you don't hear fighters complaining of their promoters screwing them out of money. You know, that used to be the thing a few years ago. Everyone now seems to be saying, look, I'm making money. I'm happy who I'm working with. The problem you usually see isn't necessarily the promoters and what they're doing. It's the fighters calling out other guys, and they're not trying to make the fights. I would never criticize Teofimo Lopez if he wouldn't open his mouth and say, well, Devin Haney, blah, blah, blah. Because now I'm thinking, well, okay, you mentioned Devin Haney, so when are you guys going to fight? If you don't mention it, I will never say you got to go fight this guy. But if you open the door, then of course I might have my questions on it.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Hold on. Can I let me answer this question because I know they're talking to me, right? So check this out, though. Here's the thing, brother. He beat Lomachenko. It doesn't matter what you say from that point on. If I beat the man, I take his spot. He's out the way. I beat that man. Now, secondly, Tank doesn't have a belt at 135. He's at 140. He fought Mario Barnes at 140. I said at 135. If you ain't got,
well, he ain't got the WBA regular. Yeah,
again.
You're right.
What I'm saying is his other belt he got at 140, right? I'm saying right now, okay, out of the young crop out there right now, Tank and Teofimo got the best resumes. But at 135, Teofimo has the best resume. If you don't give me somebody that he beat and say his resume better, he beat him. You can't never come to me with somebody that I whoop.
So you're looking at it as not as the total resume of who they beat, but how they went head to head.
He took his spot.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So when you had fights like, oh man, I just had a mental lapse. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Come back.
I'll come back to it. I just remember I forgot what I was gonna ask you about a fight and the guy lost. Come back to me. Wow.
Come back to you. All right.
Yeah, I just literally lost that thought.
All right, man. I'm waiting for this. Yeah, I want y'all to look at something though. There you go, man. We all right then. See, when somebody say stuff like that, I can roll with that right there. We good. We good from here on out. You know what I mean? Man, try to jump on me, man. Hey, look at it this way. When are we going to hold Eddie Hearn accountable? I've never in my entire life of watching the sport of boxing seen somebody have two mandatories, don't fight near one of them, and they about to have another mandatory to see who fights for his title. I've never seen nobody have three mandatory fights for one man. Can you explain that to me, y'all? And they all on the same side of the street. So help me out.
When you say on the same side of the street, you mean on the zone? You're talking
They're
about
all
Ryan
on the
Garcia
zone.
And these, well, here's the problem. And it's not so much the fighter's problem.
Huh?
If you're gonna have here's the thing. If you're gonna have a mandatory, there can only be one mandatory. You can't declare 2 and 3 and then elimination mandatories because that makes no sense. The problem I see with that is you can't have an interim champion. Either you have a champion or you don't have a champion.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but my thing with that is that Devin Haney has the WBC belt and Teofimo has the WBC franchise belt. There's my first problem. Like, have one champion. You don't need 4 belt holders. If you're going to say this guy's an interim champion, okay, interim needs to fight the regular so we can get rid of the interim. Because to say Jojo Diaz, who was a mandatory, is not going to fight Ryan Garcia, who pulled out of his fight with Figueroa for mental reasons, to now fight Jojo Diaz for the number 1 spot to fight the guy who was a mandatory for Haney. Bro,
how do you do that?
I'm like, what?
No, Brandon.
I don't know.
Stay there, Brandon.
I don't know.
Stay there, Brandon. Stand there. Stay right there. Now, look what they did right there. What they basically saying is Ryan Garcia is a bigger draw. So we're going to take him and JoJo and put them together and make Devin wait. Now, tell me, how does that happen?
It happens because it's boxing. Does it make sense? No. I'm not going to sit here and defend it, but it's the same reason we sit here now and we have these guys who are champions and like, okay, when are you going to defend it? At some point. When? Then. When is that? I'll let you know. It's like, wait a minute.
The zone.
It makes no sense. But see, I don't blame the zone. I blame that more on because the thing is the zone can't make who's mandatory. The zone is just a network. That's a WBC. The zone can only say, look, we're going to show it.
Hey. Now listen here, man. At the end of the day, the man with the biggest check is that promoter. Now, if your fighter is getting jerked around and he's the champion and your promoter ain't raising Cain, that's a problem.
Well, yeah, but Ryan Garcia and JoJo's promoter is Golden Boy, not Matchroom.
But they working with the zone though. But they all under the zone.
They're all working with the zone, but you've noticed.
I mean, come on, man. We all know Oscar coked up right now. We know Oscar coked up. Come on, bro. Oscar don't even know what he's doing. That man out there faking COVID cases, so he didn't. So I mean, Holyfield got whooped for him.
Man, hey, that was sad.
Made that 57-year-old man, look out there looking like he in a backyard fight, man. Y'all they're dead wrong for that, man. Out there messing with Oscar.
Hey, well, listen here. They said that the WBC has stepped up and said that the runner between Ryan Garcia and JoJo Diaz got to fight Devin Haney.
Man, they're not gonna get Queen Ryan to fight nobody. He ain't fighting no Devin Haney. He is not fighting Devin Haney. I will not believe Queen Ryan is ever going to fight Devin Haney. This man stepped into the ring with him last year with the belt, telling him, "Me and you can fight right now." And then he named everybody in boxing except Devin Haney. I'm gonna come see you last. But the man standing right here with the belt on his shoulder, offering you the title shot. You don't take it. Then you get all these, well, if you beat this guy, then you next on the line. Okay, well, you get out of that one. Oh, now you got mental issues. Now you over here. Now you want to fight. Do I even believe you gonna fight JoJo Diaz? I don't even know, man. I don't get it, man. This dude is fugazi. He's terrible for boxing. And every opportunity I get, I trash him. And he deserves every bit of it because he's embarrassing, man. He out here running his mouth talking about he gonna do this and that to all these cats. And then when they say, okay, sign your name on dotted line, he always wiggle his way out of it. And they keep saying he's a big he sells a lot and all this stuff. Have we ever seen that being proven yet? He ain't had any pay-per-views. What can you say that really goes back to him to say, well, this is why this event was successful? We don't know. They keep telling us that. They keep saying, oh, he's a big draw. He's this, he's that. Just because you got all that social media, it ain't never translated into this, because like his last fight, they didn't even sell out the whole venue. So how does that translate into these great sales that they keep trying to make like he's worth? He ain't there yet.
We had some smoke. We had some smoke for Devin Haney out here in the DMV. We couldn't get it though.
What was that? Gary Russell.
Yeah,
man. What is going on with Gary? Man? We gotta get something going on.
He about to fight. He working on a situation. He about to fight soon.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man.
Is he gonna come up and wait?
I think this one, but he's gonna fight a mandatory fight right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, it's messed up. You got to keep doing that, man. It should be somebody out here want to step up. And why ain't no pressure on Lomo to have to fight him? Lomo ain't doing nothing right now. Lomo ain't got no serious fight.
He waiting on Teofimo. He waiting on Teofimo.
Yeah, but hey,
and let's be clear about something. While everybody talking that talk, Teofimo gonna smoke that man in that rematch. Let's be clear.
I don't know, man. I don't know now.
Oh, you know.
I don't know.
Oh, you know.
I don't know. Teofimo is to me, everybody kept talking about Wilder's a one-trick pony. To me, you take the power aspect out of that, man. He didn't really look that great to me, I think
who didn't look that great? Who didn't look that great?
Teofimo.
Against who?
Well, when Lomachenko finally woke up and decided to get into the fight. after forfeiting the fight, and then he said, well, now I want to fight. He gave him some problems. But granted, I give Teofimo the credit for the 12th round. He took the last round, and that got him over. But I just don't. I'm just not
that man half to death in that 12th round. He beat that man half to death.
Yeah,
I mean,
go.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, my thing is, without calling out fighters' names, I always say, if you're not fighting, then you don't matter. And you can do all the talking you want to do, and you can have all the social media followers and all the fans. It only matters when you get in the ring. And if you don't get in the ring, this is just my personal opinion, not my professional opinion. My professional opinion is different. My personal opinion is, as a boxing fan, I only care about when you fight. I don't care about anything you have on social media. If you're not fighting, you are irrelevant to me as a boxing fan. And I think the problem we have, kind of going back to what you both have said, is there's too many guys that could be fighting that's talking. And let's be honest, if Teofimo, Lopez, Garcia, Tank, if they said, look, we're going to all just fight each other and get it over with, we would have no complaints.
Yeah.
Because we want to see the fights. But the problem we have as fans is that they keep it's like they keep arguing around each other and saying one day. And it's like, look, if you're not gonna fight right now, do not call my name.
Exactly.
Call my name when you are ready to fight, because then it will matter. Because right now, like with Gary Russell has called out damn near everybody but a heavyweight to fight. Nobody has responded. Okay, you don't want to fight Gary Russell, that's fine. But the first person that says, hey, I want to fight Gary Russell, and Gary Russell says, okay, let's fight, and you pull out, I'm going to be looking at you funny. So if you don't want the smoke, as they say, don't get near the fire.
There you go. See, that's what's right now. That boxing alone, man, because these guys keep bowhaggling, man. You know, if they go out here and fight, that's gonna elevate the sport. That's the biggest problem, man. Is we spend so much time talking about, man, this guy won't fight that guy. That guy ain't fighting this guy. But if they just simply get their butt in the ring and we get the fights, the sport of boxing itself is going to rise, man. And it's like right now, if it wasn't for Wilder Fury coming up next week, I mean, what's going on right now?
Hey man, I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm enjoying my boxing life. I think boxing is a great place. I'm enjoying my boxing life. We got action. You know what I'm saying? We got action. You got Fury Wilder coming up. You got Shakur Hearn and Hearn coming up. You got Canelo and Plant coming up. You got Bud and Sean Porter coming up. What are y'all mad at?
We can have.
I'm not mad at anything. I'm just saying, look.
Eat more chicken.
No, my thing is this: if you're gonna talk the talk, walk the walk. Like all the fights you just mentioned, I'm happy they got made. And here's one thing I will say, because you're talking about guys with PBC and Al Haymon not complaining. You know, the one thing I will give guys on PBC is they don't do a lot of noise talking. Like you don't really see them sitting around calling out guys, tweeting guys. They usually are saying, "Look, I'm gonna stay in my lane until you call my name out." And that's one thing I would give Al Haymon fighters is that they are very much, I'm over here until I need to be over there. And I think that's one thing that I will give PBC about that. They don't sell wolf tickets. Oh, well, down here, wolf tickets mean they don't come out fraud and try to sell stuff for the sake of it. I don't know what you guys talk about up there where y'all at. It might be a southern thing. So
where you from,
I had to explain
where you from?
I'm from Texas.
Okay.
So I had to make sure, like, wolf tickets, something we say down here. I don't know if y'all say it up there. So yeah.
So listen, why we hiding heavy though? So what y'all think about next Saturday? It's here.
Yeah, man. Finally.
It's here.
You know, but wait a minute, it might be too soon to call it, man. Somebody else can get COVID, man. You never know.
I was just gonna say that. Like, we saying it now, but we said this in July also, so I don't know. I'll believe it when they do the ring introduction that this fight's gonna happen.
All right, so if they make it in the ring, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm going with Wilder.
I don't know at this point, man. At this point, I want to go with Wilder, but I really don't know. It's been almost 2 years. I really don't know at this point.
Yeah.
One thing I can tell you, that Bama look good. He looks good. He is ripped up. That's for sure.
So Brandon, are you having doubts on the Wilder fight happening?
I don't have doubts. I just, since COVID has popped up, I just don't believe anything 100% because you heard about Eubank's fight fell through because of medicals, right? Guys keep getting COVID, guys keep getting sick, things keep happening. I just can't put my faith in anything 100% anymore. Because we done had how many fights get delayed, not happen, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. You know, and but you know, I tell you like this. I think Wilder get him in that ring, man. If there's a chance he can beat him, this is it. Because he is ready. He's laser focused. He done everything he needed to do. He had 3-4 camps to get just ready for this. I mean, he been really dialed in on this from day one. While all this circus going on about COVID and what's Fury doing and the celebration and the dog and the man out and doing all that they did, he just been at his grind, man. He just been in the lab, just really working on it. Him and Malik Scott and the team, man, been really just in there doing their thing. So we about to see the benefits of that. We about to see a new Wilder, something that Tyson Fury can't prepare for. That's one big advantage he got. You know, he's seen what Fury can come in there with, and he's seen his different styles and things that he tried. But now Fury don't have an idea what is really going to be coming out there against him this time. You know, Can he go out there and think he's just going to steamroll him like he did last time? You know, if he goes in like that, how will he respond? You know, he has to be prepared for that. I mean, it was so successful last time, you know, so he definitely got to have something for that. You can't come in this fight and not have something for that approach. Then just in case he comes out there like that. Now, if he backs up and then we want to box him honest. Okay, now what we going to see? Are we going to see the maturity of Wilder? You know, they kept saying this guy, he not disciplined. He won't listen to his trainers. He won't this, he won't do that. Remember all that? Mark Breland even said, oh, he this and that. Talked all that madness about the man. Yet he's in the gym doing things with Malik Scott that he never did with him. So I expect to see a brand new, improved Wilder, a motivated Wilder, a guy that's really going in there to really get something done. Not this guy the last fight who kept backing up, man. I drove me crazy that fight. I'm like, why does he keep stepping back? He stepped back just because he's standing there. If he take one step forward, he automatically went back. Man, that drove me bananas. But I don't expect to see this fight. And I think he's going to go in there and it's going to be one. It's going to be one of the ones you want to catch for sure.
All right. Before I get out of here, my fault, go ahead.
No, my only thing is, as long as it's not a draw, I don't care who wins.
Oh, somebody going to sleep. Ain't gonna be no draw. Somebody going to sleep.
As long as it's not a draw. If it's a draw, then
who you got going to sleep, AK?
Oh, either one of them going to sleep. Somebody going to sleep. It's not going to distance. It's not going to 12. This fight ain't going 12. Somebody going.
I only seen one man sleep in the ring when them two got in there, so there's only one man I know going to sleep.
I hope you're right. But I know ain't even one I'm making it to 12.
Yeah, I agree with that though.
That fight ain't going 12.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Hey, because I got to get ready to lay down for work, but real quick, Bud and Porter.
Yeah, man. I'm glad
you finally get your Bud fight. Hey, I'm applaud you first because throughout all this, you have stayed true to supporting your man Bud.
That's what you get out of all that? That's what you get out of it?
No, listen. I applaud that Bud finally gets a real contested fight at 147.
Welcome to
the this is all I've been asking from Bud. This is all I've been asking for Bud is to fight a top contender at 147.
Yes, sir.
And now I listen. If he beats Sean Porter, then guess what? Hey, I salute you, brother. I salute you. You finally proved to me that you deserve to be what they claiming you to be at the 147.
I'm disappointed in your words, man. You should be saying when he beat Sean Porter, not if he beat. When he beat Sean Porter. I mean,
listen. Hey, listen.
I feel so bad for Sean Porter for what's about to happen to him.
I know, because guess what?
He gonna get a whooping.
They say styles make fights, man.
I want to see.
Hold on, listen to this. Everybody we seen Terrence Crawford fight, he's never really had no pressure put on him. So he can pick and choose when he throws his punches, and he don't waste punches. He don't waste punches, and he's not. And I'm not gonna say he's an Adrian Broner, and he's not throwing punches. But Bud Crawford, we never seen Bud Crawford actually get tired because he don't throw no more than 20, 30 punches around.
Man,
listen to this.
Somebody did their homework.
If Sean Porter comes in this fight, and Sean Porter comes with the aggressiveness and the pit bullness and the roughiness and where I'm coming to just take this fight, no matter how.
That's all I'm gonna tell you. This is what I need.
That means Terrence Crawford is he's gonna be uncomfortable. We're gonna see him in a situation he's never been in before.
All I need.
I want to see how Terrence Crawford reacts to a pit bull being on him instead of him being able to pick and choose his shots. It's different.
All I want is you and Black Star. All I want is you and Black Star Sports TV say you're available for the post fight when it's over. That's all you gotta do. I want to see you.
I'm definitely available. I'm definitely available.
Yeah. We do available.
When the fight over, look for the link. I want to see you.
Listen, I'm not saying Sean Porter is gonna win. I'm not saying that.
Be on the
I'm just
camera.
saying,
Don't hide behind no avatar.
But see, that's the thing, though, bro. I mean, I really can't. I can't favor Bud in this.
Shout out to my man Josh Jones, man. Send me the hat, man. I'm wearing his hat, man. Raw War.
Shout out to sponsors. Shout out to sponsors.
Hey, now listen to this, bro. I'm telling you this. This is gonna be different for Bud Crawford. We never seen Bud Crawford. When have we ever seen Bud fight somebody that actually put pressure on him? We never had.
I mean, Mean Machine did it.
Okay, besides Mean Machine.
Yeah, but that was even different because Mean Machine didn't get spots.
And Mean Machine ain't about to bring the pressure that Sean Porter can bring to him.
And consistent. He's gonna make him get out of his comfort zone and have to fight.
Okay.
With some.
Here's my prime example. When Porter and Spence fought, Porter fans was like, man, yeah, Sean Porter did it. He did his thing. He blah. Listen to it. So then you got your Spence fans like, man, hold on. All Spence did was fight Porter's fight. He beat Porter in his own fight. So I'm saying to say this. If Sean Porter comes in with that aggressiveness,
he's gonna walk into something. He's gonna walk into something. He's gonna change his life.
He gotta do it though. He gotta do it though. He
definitely walk into something gonna change his life. He's gonna walk into something gonna change his life.
If he can't do that, he can't win this fight.
Now let me say this though. Let me say this. As I tell all the Bud fans and all the people that want to talk about this fight, Bud has to mop the floor with Sean. It cannot be a close fight. Because if it's a close fight, all that boogeyman talk and everybody on this side of the tree scared of him talk, that goes away. It all goes away if he don't dominate this fight. If he could look the same way that everybody else looked about it, all that boogeyman talk, throw it in the trash.
I see it a little bit different. I don't think Bud Crawford will get any credit for how if he beats Porter. I don't think you get any credit because people are already saying how maybe Porter's too old. Porter has losses. It's one of those things where the people who don't like Crawford are not going to give him respect because he beats Porter. Because he's
34 years old as well.
He got to win big. He
has to win big. And I think he will win. I think this is my prediction. I think Crawford dominates Porter. If he knocks him out, maybe, but I think he dominates Porter. But I already know there's people that are going to say, "Well, you didn't fight Porter in his prime." They already said it now, so they're going to say
that's better than what's going to happen if this fight close.
Yeah, but
I agree with
this. I do agree with you. This ain't nothing but a precursor to the big fight with Earl Spence, really. So it's like an audition for him. He can go on here and he can legitimize himself to a lot of people and give credit to that, give more credence to the big fight that everybody wants to see. Or he can go out there and if he go out there and lay a golden egg, then everybody gonna be like, oh man, you should never been talking about Earl Spence then. You know what I'm saying? That's how people are gonna see it. But as far as the age thing, I don't know because I know, but Bud just turned with 34 years old, so Bud is kind of up there too. But I think if he beats Porter, it's a solid win. You got to give it to him. Even if it's close, because I mean that's how he fights everybody. But if he does blow him out, like you say though, that makes a huge statement, and then that boosts that big fight. Then and I'm like, whoa, I want to see it more myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If it's a,
I don't think. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I can go after you, bro.
No, I'm listening. I'm good.
No, I was just gonna say I don't think we're gonna get a Spence Crawford fight. They've been trying to get this fight, and I really don't think Spence wants to fight Crawford, and I'm fine with that. I don't feel like you gotta fight him, but I don't. My prediction is we're not gonna get this fight.
I don't think we're gonna explain that one to me. I got to understand how Earl don't want.
Well, I don't think Earl wants it because here's the thing. You never heard PBC say, look, what is it going to take to make the fight happen? PBC could have offered something, Top Rank could have declined it, but they never sat down and said, okay, what can we do to make the fight actually happen? All he got down to was
2 more.
Here's the thing.
The only thing got down to was Spence saying I should get 60%. which isn't saying we want to make the fight, let's figure it out. The talks broke down. They never got to talks. And with Spence having the car accident, this eye injury,
They could have been
at
at the fight before that.
Yeah, the fight could have been. Hey, this fight
could have had the fight way before that.
Make if you
the
fight could have been made if you really wanted to make this fight. If you can make Conor McGregor with 0 wins, 0 fights as a professional fighter, Floyd Mayweather, and all these other bouts, if you can tell me you can get a 60-year-old retired boxer in the ring with a 45-year-old MMA fighter, you should be able to get 2 boxers in their prime in the ring without this much difficulty.
Let me say this: the reason why the Bud Earl Spence fight didn't happen, 2 reasons. Bob Arum, he didn't want to do it, and let me tell you why. Let's look at it. Bud asked that man for 2 fights, and thus far didn't get neither one of them. He asked him for Manny Pacquiao, didn't get that. He asked him for Earl Spence, he didn't get that. And every single time that I'll come to the table when it comes to a fight like this, he got to go through the song and dance, the shuck and the jive, and this, that, and the third. That's why I was like, no, I'm not doing this with Earl. We're not doing this with Earl. So if you really want this fight to happen, you gotta come to the table the right way. And that's why Earl out here talking that other stuff, the 60-40 stuff, because when Earl Spence was available, when Bud Crawford first came to 147 pounds, Earl Spence didn't have a fight. He was available. They was going back and forth with each other on Twitter way back then. And Bob came in and said, nah, Earl name ain't big enough. So Earl said, all right, cool. Now that I'm named my name big enough, I ain't coming back to the table for the same money in the same position. Nah, I'm the big fish now. So you want to play, you gotta pay like I weigh.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem with that. You shouldn't say that. If you want to say I want to make a certain amount of money, say if Bob Arum said, look, I'll offer you $3 million. I'm bigger now, I want $5 million. That's one thing. When you say I want to take 60%, you're saying I want to take money out of the other guy's pockets.
Is it?
Not saying
is it?
Because you're saying, look, I want you to pay for everything, but I got to make more than him. Not that I got to make whatever I want to make. And to me, when you do that, you're saying, look, if I know this is worth $10 million, I know you should get 5, but I don't want you to get 5. I want you to get 4 because I want to get 6. When you do that, it's going to be hard to make a fight because it's not saying that you're asking for more money. You're saying, I want you to make less money on the other side. And most fighters aren't going to give up the opportunity to make that much, to make money, to give you more money.
Watch this though, Brandon. Look who you talking about now. You talking about a pay-per-view fight and the A side being Al Heyman now. Now, Manny Pacquiao took 40% for Floyd Mayweather and got $125 million. You tell me.
Yeah, man.
Well, remember at that time though,
a bag is a bag.
Manny Pacquiao, a bag is a bag. But here's the thing though, you're not saying, look, you can make 150 or 125 million, because either way you're making money where that extra 25 million isn't going to change your lifestyle, what you currently have too much. But if you're saying, hey, I can give you 10 million or 6 million after taxes, that's a big difference. That's a huge difference, especially if you know you're worth the 10.
But look,
I tell any fighter, don't take less than what you are actually owed or value, because you're not getting it back. Once you say I'll take less, you're not going to get back whatever it is you gave up.
Let me ask you something though. Now, when the other guys tried to get over there to make fights with Bud before this WBO mandated fight, right? Every time they turned around, Bob said they're asking for too much money. They're asking for too much money. Nobody's ever came on the other side and they heard you asking for too much money, right? Canelo asked for $40 million to fight Caleb Plant and got $40 million. Manny Pacquiao asked for $40 million to fight and he got $40 million. You had Manny Pacquiao and Bud Crawford in your stable and the fight still didn't get made. Everybody under the sun on PBC fought Manny Pacquiao. They tossing Manny Pacquiao Pac-Man around like a rag doll. Your turn, Adrian Broner. Your turn, Ugas. Your turn, Keith Thurman. Why Bud couldn't get that fight? Because your promoter cheap.
Well, but here's the thing though. You just said it. Canelo got paid by PBC and Manny got paid by PBC, but PBC didn't make an offer for Bud to come over and fight
because of Bob. It's because of listen. Your promoter got to be willing to dance. Your promoter got to be willing to dance. Think about this. Canelo is the face of boxing, right? And is on the zone right now, and just fought at a 73,000 seats in Dallas. He's the full-blooded A-side. Whatever he wanted to do, he's able to do, but yet he's fighting on PBC. That tells you something right then and there. That tells you something. He's the A-side. He is the big fish, and he's coming on the other side of the street to make a fight because that's where the money is. I'm gonna get what I asked for.
And yeah, but here's the thing, though. Two things. One, the promoter by the Muhammad Ali Act, the promoter can't prevent a fighter from taking a future bout. Now, the promoter can say, "Look, I'm not going to pay for it, but if they make an offer for you and it's more than what my contract says, by all means, you can take that deal." You can't. A promoter can't prevent the fighter from having a fight that is going to pay him money the promoter isn't going to pay.
But that's the thing, Brandon. That 40%. If Bud come out and say, "Yeah, I'll take the 40%," he puts the heat on PBC to make the offer formal, right? That's way more than what he was making with Bud. I mean, with Bob. So that would qualify for what you're saying.
Well, we don't know what was the number because a percentage of what? If you say,
but
"Look,
see, that's
we
the
want to
thing,
give
though.
you $6 million,"
That's the thing, though, Brandon.
see,
That's the thing, Brandon. If that 40, okay, let's say it did come down to 60-40, right? Let's say it did come down to that. But the 40% I'm giving you is way more than you ever made in your life. Are you complaining? Are you complaining?
Well, here's the thing, though. Is it? Because 40%.
Of course, it's going to be.
Because if I'm making,
of course, it's going to be.
But based on what? But
So
next your question.
$3 million fight deal with him or something? Isn't that what he's guaranteed? $3 million with Bob?
Look, no, he's guaranteed. I think 4.5 or 5 like that. But let me ask this question, though. If I say right now, you can either make $6 million guaranteed, no questions asked, or 40% of a number that I haven't told you the whole number yet, which one do you take? Because you don't know what that 40% is going to be.
But
you assume it's going to be more than you ever made. You don't really know.
By the time we iron out everything, you're going to know the number and a roundabout figure. And even that, whatever I'm offering you now, is going to be more when the pay-per-view is over with. That's always been Al and PBC's track record. Everybody that came to the table always came away with more than what they asked for. So
yeah, but again, you're talking pay-per-view. I want to know, what am I guaranteed to make? I don't want to know, well, if this happens, you'll get this. I want to say, look, when I come into the ring to fight, after that fight's over with, what's my paycheck going to be?
Check this out.
Well, you might get this, you might get that. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Living off of what could be is a whole lot different than saying I know what's going to be. And every fighter should say, look, if I want to make the most money, I got to know that after I get my win, lose, draw, get my head punched in, there's going to be a paycheck for X amount of dollars right there. Not this. Maybe X amount of dollars.
Watch this.
Because that's what Don King used to do. A lot of guys would say, "Oh, I'm gonna get $6 million." No, you're getting $3 million because the pay-per-view didn't sell as well. I had to comp some tickets. We weren't sure about this. We weren't sure about that. So fighters are saying, "Well, you know what? Like Canelo just did with this. He said, I want $40 million guaranteed,
and got it.
Not 35 plus something, not 10 plus this. I want to say at the end of the day, $40 million. If you can't give me $40 million guaranteed, I'm not doing it."
Check this out. He gonna get $40 million guaranteed plus pay-per-view. So here's the thing, bro. When you look at how this man does his business, how Al and them do their business, his track record speaks for itself in terms of getting people paid. Now, the problem Bud got is he can't come to the table and say, "I want to guarantee this." Bob has to do that for him. That's where the problem come into play. And that's where Al is like, "I don't got time to play these games with Bob. If y'all want to make the fight, tell me what you want, and I deliver." That's exactly what Eddie Hearn just did with Canelo. Eddie Hearn got on the phone with Al and said, "We want $40 million. Al wired the $40 million.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
And the biggest thing about it is you make a fair point though, Brandon, when you say you want to be sure what the figure is. You want to maximize what you get. And I understand that. That's great. But in this situation against Errol Spence and the hype that's surrounding the fight and the track record of Errol Spence and his pay-per-views, you're going to make more than your base salary with Bob off the jump. So this is a plus already going in for you. And then you got your promoter sitting out here who's supposed to promote you, who out here dogging you. Oh man, you know, I lost a house in Beverly Hills on him. You know, he's not selling, he making no, you know, I mean, dogging you. And then you got an opportunity to fight a guy that's going to put you in the spotlight of the sport of boxing, one of the biggest fights in boxing. I mean, how can you walk away from that? And why ain't you on Bob on a 24/7 basis? Look, man, make this fight. I want this fight. Well, everybody know, man, it's definitely not you. It's this guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know, it could be, but I can't say for sure because I ain't seen enough heat from Bud putting on his promoter because he said himself. He said, these guys work for us. Remember that? He said, these guys work for us, right? He's the boss, remember? But he can't make this man give him the fight that he wants. I'm not understanding it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. I can't remember who Bud's manager is. I cannot remember it. But I do remember, and if I missed it, I missed it. They never made an actual offer to Bud. They never sit down and said, here's a number. We want to make it happen. As far as I know, it was always a kind of speculative 60-40 thing. It never went.
It was filmed. It was on film, though.
That was just talk. That was just talk. The 60-40 thing was just talk.
But the thing is, like I said, it was just talk. As far as I know, they never sat down and said, what is it going to take? And maybe we can make it happen. Kind of how they did, like, for example, they made Porter and Crawford. They made this Fury and Wilder fight. The thing is, Al Heyman and Bob Arum can sit down and make a fight.
Certain fights. They can make certain fights.
Well, I think they can make. Well, I think this fight can be made easily, but I think you got to sit down and say, look, let's not tweet each other. Let's not Instagram each other. Let's not do all this because you saw what happened with Manny Pacquiao and Spence. There was no tweeting back and forth. They sat down and said, what can we do to make the fight happen? And that's what you have to do. Actually get the people with the paychecks and the pins to sit down and make it happen.
Watch this, Brandon. Look at that situation for a second, though. Bob Arum came out and said in front of the whole wide world, Bud Crawford is fighting Manny Pacquiao on June 5th in Saudi Arabia. And then we looked up and saw an announcement that Manny Pacquiao is fighting Earl Spence in August. You know what happened? Bob was talking crazy, and Al sent the offer, and Manny signed it. That's what's been going on with everything to do with Bud for the longest. I'm gonna break it down to you. Let me just bust it out to you. The real reason why this fight ain't happening is because Bob Arum does not want a black man to be the face of boxing. Period.
Hey, you know what? That could very well be it. But you know what I'm thinking? And I really get the vibe, and I've always I feel like he knows that Bud is not as good as he's advertised.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't think if he gets in there with Earl Spence, it's not even a fight. I don't believe it's a fight. No, I don't believe it's a fight.
Okay. You know what? Real quick, before because I really got to go lay down. Give me a prediction. If Bud Crawford fought Earl Spence, what's your prediction?
I'm gonna give Bud 6 rounds, and that's being generous.
You mean he's gonna get stopped in 6?
Yes, sir. He gets stopped.
Gone bonkers.
No, watch and look, and if he show up November 20th, this is good. This is good, AK. This is good, bro.
Bonkers, man.
Hey, look, check this though.
Bonkers.
Check it out. I'm gonna tell you something. You gonna halfway think I make sense after November 20th if he show up. If he don't catch COVID and he get in there with Sean Porter. And Sean Porter put that pressure on him, and he have hard time dealing with that pressure. You gonna say, "Damn, man, you know what? I almost could see it because he ain't nowhere near as strong as Earl." So hey, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. But that's why you have to fight the fights, though. You know,
gone bonkers, man. Gone bonkers, man.
Hey, November 20th, man. At the after show, we already got it locked in, bro.
Gone bonkers. 6 rounds, though. 6 rounds, though, bro.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hey, look. Remember when he fought Kell Brook? I mean, he beat Kell Brook in 3 rounds, and look at his eye. He was. I mean, that was just from one guy, just a little aggression. I mean, you see what I'm saying? He gets touched up.
Hey, you know what though? I like that. That's a good point. I like. Look, you got one in there at that time, boy. You snuck one in there.
I got one, huh?
You snuck one in there. You snuck one in there, boy. Hey, you snuck one in there now. I like that. I like that one.
Man. You know, like but if that's just my thought on what I'm seeing so far on how they're moving and everything. But when they get in the ring, I'm gonna give a man his due.
I want to know who Brandon won. Who Brandon make a pick? Earl Spence or Bud Crawford. Who you got winning the fight?
I think Crawford would beat Spence if they fought, let's say, next year. I mean, and I'll say why. And here's the thing, I'll say why. Most of the people that say Crawford would lose to Spence don't like Crawford. They really will say, hey, I don't like Crawford. Crawford's this, Crawford's that. So they don't actually look and say, well, I think his skill. Now, I'm not saying Black Star is saying that, but most people don't. If I don't like Crawford, they go against Crawford. But at the same time, I'm looking at two guys who are undefeated, pretty good boxers. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to factor in that, yeah, Spence, you were in a bad car accident that knocked out some of your teeth. I'm not going to assume you're 100%. You can't have an accident like that and bounce back 100%. I don't care who you are. So you're going to lose some points in that regard in my book, and I'm going to go with Crawford.
Okay. Basement.
Yeah, but the thing is about that though, fellas, is like I see what he's saying there, but the reason it's the same reason with this Porter fight is it's the big question I have about Bud is the fact that his, the way that he fights, he's a pot shot. He likes to take his time to fight, calculate. If you give a guy time to think and really have an opportunity to really, size you up and come up with a game plan, he can do some things. But if you stay in him and you make him work at a faster pace and make him have to think faster, he's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna get caught more. He's not used to it. Can he keep it up? How great a shape is he really? All those things haven't been answered with him yet. So those things have to be answered now. Now, Sean Porter is a good precursor to fight early. If he goes in there and he can handle that pace and he can do well, then that bodes better for the main fight. I would be a little bit more skeptical, have to reassess it a little bit. But right now, as it stands, that's the concern I have with that, because I figure like once he gets in there and you got bombs away, it's like you sitting there with a shotgun and you going pop, and this guy got a machine gun, and he just constantly, you're gonna get shot more than that guy.
He gonna blow Sean out the water, man. He gonna blow Sean out the water. Be on tap. Be on tap for the pro fight. My pick. Listen. My pick. If he fight Earl Spence, I got Earl Spence winning by split decision. I mean, when I look at the two fighters, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I at one point in time I thought Crawford was the better boxer, but I think Earl is definitely a step ahead of him in terms of boxing skills. And whenever a fight like that come up, I'm gonna go with whoever I think is the better boxer. So I'm going with Earl Spence. And with that, I'm gonna tap out on y'all, man, because I got to lay down. I got to work tonight, man. Y'all be good, man. Be square, man. Always pleasure.
Good to see you, good brother. AK in the building,
right, man. Yeah, have a good one, bro.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, bro. Man, AK, hey, you building, awesome, man. Yeah, man. That's the only concern I really, that's what I wanted to see from Bud, because I seen all the other stuff, and yeah, he got all those things, but I think at that weight class, which is one of the reasons why, I feel that way about him, is because I feel like, these are bigger guys, stronger guys. He's been there for a little while, but this is the first real test that we wanted to see him up against. So now he get in there, he got a chance to actually show. And like I say, if he go in there with Sean Porter and he able to, because Sean Porter has to fight him there. Sean Porter can't fight him no other way and beat him. He can't. That's the only way Sean Porter can beat him. If Sean Porter goes out there and puts that pressure on him and stays on him and really goes in there and try to keep him in the pocket and really keep him working and get beat, then hey man, I gotta reassess Bud Crawford a little bit, because I wouldn't think that he'd be able to handle it from what I've seen so far. Now, if he does that, then now I'm more excited about him and Earl now. Now I'm saying, okay, well maybe he can go a little bit with Earl. Okay, well maybe, you know what I'm saying? Now I gotta reassess it. But as it's standing right now, that's the way I see it with him. And I'm hoping that it's gonna be a great fight like that, because I want to be excited for more big fights, man. And that right there would definitely be, one of the ones up there.
I agree. I mean, that's the thing. I don't care who wins. I care about watching a good fight. Like last weekend with AJ and Usyk. I know I actually had picked Usyk for a while, and then I said no AJ, but I was just happy it was a good fight. If you give me a good fight, there's no losers in my book. But I mean, I'm kind of old school. I don't need the trash talking and no fights. So I am happy that Porter and Crawford are going to fight. I'm picking Porter, but I think Porter will win 8-4, maybe 9-3. Because I think with Porter, I mean Crawford 8-4, 9-3. because my thing with Porter's a really good boxer, but Porter's also one of those ones that if you take charge of the fight, he kind of dances to your rhythm, in my opinion. And I think what's going to happen is Crawford is going to come in, use his size advantage, and set a tone that Porter's going to have to try to catch up on. You know what I mean?
So you think he's going to be more active?
I think Porter will try to be more. I think he's going to. I think he's going to try to bank some rounds early. I think he may say, "Look, those first 3 or 4 rounds, let me win those rounds clearly, so that Porter has to come back and be more aggressive." Because if I can win the first 3 or 4 rounds, I kind of want to have to fight. And I think he wants to come out, take an early lead, and then make Porter take risk to catch up. And when Porter take those risks, I think is when you're going to see Crawford really try to hammer out the hard shots.
Yeah, I mean, if he's able to come out, like you said, at a faster pace than him, then I definitely, it don't go well for Porter at all. Because the way I'm seeing, Porter got to come out the box and he got to go get him. If he wastes time trying to be calculating and all that and really trying to go like that, I don't think that his fight style is going to match well with Bud's calculating, because Bud is calculating. And he will catch you with some nice stuff like that now, but you can't go into there trying to match wits with him. You got to go in there and you really got to rough him up and stay in him and kind of work him like that, because if you do that, chess match doesn't really go well for him. But we will see. It should be a great fight, though, man. That's one thing.
I agree. Yeah, I agree, because I think like I said, my prediction is I think Porter comes out, like you said, Porter's going to try to maybe come out, push it to Crawford, which I think is a smart move, but at the same time, I don't know if that's going to work. It might not work. He might come out trying to push it, get caught a couple of times, and say, you know what, let me pull back a little bit because he's faster, or maybe he's more than what I thought, and I need to adjust. But he's going to have to, in my opinion, Crawford is a favorite, and if Crawford can make Porter respect his power and the fear of his power a little bit more, and keep Porter from taking early risk, then I think Crawford can win this fight fairly easy.
Yeah, see, that would make a huge impression too if he was able to, like you say, hit him with that power, and then you see him respond in a negative way towards it, because he didn't really do so much like that with Earl. He kind of stuck in there with Earl, a lot better than people thought. So if he's able to do that too, that also shines well for Bud Crawford too. So there's some possibilities,
Yeah, it sounds like everybody kind of thinks that, hey, this is Crawford's fight to win. I don't think anybody has mentioned that they're going for Porter.
Well, I am picking Porter to win, but I'm just saying, I'm just looking at how ways the fight can go, though. The way, if I have to put my money down, I have to go with what I've seen so far. Like I was saying, a little before, from what I've seen from him, I don't think he does well against certain things. In which, if he comes in there and executes it right, he's going to provide a good test for him. But if he passed the test, then all bets is off. But that is where the fight is for Bud with me. I want to see how Bud responds to that. If he responds well to that and sustains it, but then that could change a lot, because that's where I question him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that.
Hey, Basement, you got a little back, you got some feedback, brother.
I know we talked about Fury and Wilder.
Yeah, man. I hope that takes place, man. I swear we waited so long for that fight, man. I'm at my wit's end with that one.
Yeah, that fight got to happen.
That fight got to happen, bro. It just got to get out the way. I'm tired of talking about it. I haven't talked about it, man, since Thanksgiving. I mean, really, like I have a show that really I was just drilling it. I had to back off it, man, because it was just too much, bro. Too much, man. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing that. Wait, bro. Hey, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, I just don't want to see a draw. I want to see an actual winner.
Yeah,
that's my only thing. I just I don't want no confusion. I don't want no controversy. I want to say, look, they fought. We know who won. There's no question about who won, and it's over. That's my main thing, and I think it's just it's time, and you know.
Yeah.
But I look at the same thing with this. There's another fight with like Canelo and Plant. I don't really care who wins. Just make sure just don't screw the guys on the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give the guy who won. Give the guy who actually won.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight now, man. I wasn't so much as before because to me, I don't feel like Canelo deserves the right to fight for Undisputed. I don't think he earned that to me, and I personally hold it against him for that reason because, I mean, all the ducking and dodging and moves he done made, man, it's sickening to me that he would be able to have an opportunity to fight for this. And then you got a guy like Errol Spence who's been chasing it for all this time, and he still hasn't had the opportunity to fight for the third belt. He should have been already had a chance. Here, this guy in 1 year get a microwave schedule straight to the Undisputed, and all in the same year he's able to line it all up and get it all done just like that. Where the sport acquiesced to him, where he said it, so let's give it to him. Let's do that. Let's just give him the opportunity. I don't think he earned it. If there's a guy who deserves to be upset in a fight, it's that guy right there to me. Because when he had the guys there, like David Benavidez, who've been calling him out for some time, he never wanted to get up there and try to fight these guys. And he strategically goes around guys. Too much for me. I couldn't put his name in there with great fighters. If he is able to win and gets it, to me, he still deserves an asterisk because he didn't do it the way the other guys did. Roy Jones fought everybody. There was no question. Roy Jones was the best in boxing. It didn't matter what nobody said. He had to go to heavyweight to challenge himself. He cleared it out. Canelo ain't nowhere near close to that. He ain't nowhere near close to that. And he gets all this clout like he's doing all this and that. And here's the thing. Back when he first fought Triple G, I was rooting for Canelo. I was like, okay, I'm doing Canelo, this, that, and the third. After that, I don't know what this dude is here. And I can't rock with it, man, because you running, you're trying to, walk outside in the rain and walk between the raindrops and not get wet. You got killers out here that need to be fighting, that ought to have you fighting. Boxing needs these fights, and you avoiding those fights. You're getting these easy paydays, making these massive amount of money to fight these bums, and getting all this credit like you just this great fighter, and you ain't really beating the best fighters. Hey man, I can't co-sign it. So I'm hoping Caleb Plant go out here and upset the whole apple cart, man. If nothing would make me happier than to see him to catch Canelo on the chin and knock him smooth the hell out. Because I think it need to happen. Because then he'll have to get off this thing that he's riding and have to get out here and put in some real work, like the real fighters out here had to do. Not moving around and dodging it, having tight fights, and then when somebody that's been talking about fighting you have a close fight, you calling the opponent, congratulations on a good fight. Thank you for doing that. Now I really ain't got to fight him. That's that coward stuff, man, and I don't respect it. I don't respect Canelo Alvarez. Hey, that's how I feel about that dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you look at Caleb Plant, man. Caleb Plant is a guy that don't even say nothing much. You don't really hear him even talk. And to hear him talking stuff now and really engaging in his opponent now is something new. He don't really do that. But even that, it's like he has had enough of it too. He know that these guys is dirty. They popping dirty. The WBC backing them. All this is going on. This whole thing is rigged over here. And you looking at it. And you over here, you've been getting it from the dirt from day one. Ain't nobody gave you jack, man. And you've been going through all that. You got the strap on your waist. Now all of a sudden somebody telling you that this guy right here is supposed to be all that. I don't blame him for having a chip on his shoulder, man. And I hope he go in there and knock his block off. I do.
I agree.
My take on it is My take on it is this: it's almost impossible now because of the boxing politics to have anywhere close to what we used to have in boxing back in the day. Because you got 4 belts now, it's so much confusion. It's so much guys really avoid each other as much as they can. It seems like now, and I think part of the problem is that same thing Floyd ran into is when you get to a certain point, you're not going to be able to fight everybody or fight the fights that really should be made just because it just becomes almost impossible to. And I think with this thing with Caleb Plant and Canelo, I think the problem is there was nobody at the super middleweight division that was trying to unify. So the thing is, if you're not trying to unify, it's easy to make somebody. It's easy for somebody with the money to come in and take everything from you because you haven't really put anything in place to maintain anything.
Yeah.
The same thing with Floyd. Everybody was trying to fight Canelo for so long, and after Andre Ward retired, nobody else came in and said, "I'm going to be the king of super middleweight division." So then when somebody says, "Hey, you know what? I want to be undisputed," it became easy to say, "Okay, well, here you go, here you go, here you go." And I think boxing boxers need to say, "Look, you need to go as far as you can go. Make sure you have all the power, and then you have to have all the power. Do whatever you want to do." Like we had no question that Floyd Mayweather was the welterweight champion of the world when he was fighting 10 years ago. Because he said, "Look, I'm gonna beat Ricky Hatton. I'm gonna beat De La Hoya. I'm gonna beat Miguel Cotto. I'm gonna beat Manny Pacquiao was almost his last fight, but he said, if you're somebody who's in welterweight division, I'm gonna show you that you're nothing." And I think the problem we have now is guys are saying, "I have a belt, but I don't want to unify." Then when somebody gets a belt and unifies, they're like, "Well, wait a minute, what happened?" And I think guys have got to stop allowing those things to happen and start actually trying to be more competitive in their matchups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree totally. They have to pick up the code amongst fighters, to where it is, like back in the day, you had to beat some people to get respect from certain fighters. Certain fighters look at certain guys, you didn't get nothing. Nowadays, like you say, if you're able to get a few trinkets, the trinkets is going to get you over. But real quality wins need to be recognized, and putting in real work need to be recognized as well. And there need to be a certain status attached to that as well, because these guys needed to fight each other. But as far as the unification goes, though, I mean, David Benavidez messed it up because he was supposed to unify with Caleb Plant, but he went out there, didn't make weight. I don't know what to say about that. That's as undisciplined as he want to be, but he was that close to that with Caleb Plant. That was going to be the big fight there. And as soon as that happened, all of a sudden he rings the phone. "Oh yeah, I want to go to one. I want Undisputed now." He aborted the mission one time because he didn't want to fight Boo Boo Andre. He had one belt to go. He didn't want to go get that, so he forgoed Undisputed for that. But now he wants it now, and he lined it up. 4 guys. Boop, 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 boop. I'm going to fight these 4 guys for it. And his plan been going for it, And his fans, they love it. They don't care what he does. He can fight 4 8-year-old schoolgirls in the schoolyard, and they still going to brag about the victory. And that's sickening to me, because to me, you should be wanting to fight the best fighters. He always getting on there talking about he wants to fight the best fighters. Best fighters are still calling you out. Best fighters still asking for the fight. You still coming up with excuses why you can't fight the fight. I mean, it's obvious to me.
I don't disagree.
He's already set financially, so it's not about money. He'll never spend the money that he's made already. He's good. He's financially straight. Now you want to talk legacy. You want to talk all that type of stuff there. Those are the guys you got to beat. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done and people go back and they dissect your career, they're going to bring up the fact that you did not fight Jamal Charlo. You didn't fight Boo Boo Andre. You didn't fight these guys, And then you say, "Oh, you a horrible fighter," but never get in there and test it. What if you call a man a horrible fighter, get in the ring with him, and he knocked you smooth out? You see what I'm saying? But people will say, "Oh, he said it, so it's just so." And that it's too much of that, man. People got to prove what they say.
Well, I don't disagree with you, but like I said, I think a lot of that comes from I think a lot of it comes from the fact that you don't have as many fans of boxing as you do fans of boxing. Because a lot of people are not fans of boxing, in my opinion. I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, I love Canelo, so I follow Canelo. I love whoever, I follow whoever," and they don't really care who they fight. And I think that's part of the problem. And I also think part of the problem is we as fans have to say, "Look, this is who we want to see you fight. If you're not fighting this guy, I'm not buying the pay-per-view. I'm not buying a ticket. I will buy the ticket, buy the pay-per-view when you give me the fight that we want to see." Because if you tell me right now, Brandon, you're going to make $100 million a fight, no matter who you fight, then of course I'm going to take the easiest fight. Because it's $100 million. I mean, it's $100 million regardless. But if you say, "Look, this is $100 million, but it's only 1 or 2 fights that the fans want to see and will pay for," then the fans win. and you get the money you want.
Snoop Dogg. Yeah, you know, but see, that's the thing that gets me with this stuff, man. Is like just like when Canelo Alvarez said, "I want undisputed," and the whole boxing world came together at once to make it happen. That's how it has to be for all these fights. When a fighter says he want to fight somebody, and that's the and the real hardcore fight fans know, well, this is a good fight. We need to see this matchup. Boxing should be pushing for it. That's only going to elevate the sport, you know. It's only going to elevate it more. Plus, you gotta look at it like this. You know, you ain't got but so many years to do this. So you just want to go ahead and fight everybody and get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? Let's sort this out. Who's the best? You know, you might get three great battles out. You might get a Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti series and stuff out of that, man. Stuff that you never forget in life. And the thing is, you don't have to win to attain glory. I mean, Arturo Gatti is he's a hero out here, you know. And it's not because he was undefeated or anything like that. It's what he did in the ring, and those things like that got to be appreciated too. So boxing can be appreciated as a sport for everybody moving forward, you know, in the next generation. And people's perception of the sport have changed when they see people appreciating it. Then they understand what boxing is about. It's not just about going out there. Well, I got 1 point on him. I beat him. Yeah, I got dog him. I beat him. I did. And you only won by 1 point. You see what I'm talking about? When you go out there and you dominate a man, that should be celebrated more. You see, it's got to be levels and things to this. Then more people will come into the sport. You know, now everybody's talking about the UFC, this and that. But if you notice, UFC's kind of dying down a little bit. Ain't got no superstar like that no more. The superstar losing now. See, things ain't like that going. Boxing has an opportunity right now to get right back where it was and even go higher, man. They just got to seize the moment. They can't be standing around kicking on their shoulders. There's too many great fights that can be made, too many great matchups that can be put out here, but people will definitely want to tune in. And where you get all these casual fans who've been sitting there, man, boxing, and they got all that, but you put it on the TV, you keep it regularly out there. They flip through the channel, they see something. They can get caught. It takes one fighter to catch a fan's eye. You know, one fight catch a fan's eye. That's all it takes. And you got a guy for life. You know.
Hey, okay, damn. And they gave Canelo 40 million for this fight.
yeah, for that 40 million, man. Yeah. You know, and then the thing about that was he didn't just take it straight all the way. You know, they had offered him. You know, we give you 3-fight deal. You know, fight a couple of these great fighters that been on your ass for the last few years. We need you to fight a couple of them, and we're gonna pay you the money that you're making anyway. But you go ahead and fight these guys too. No, I don't want that. You see what I'm saying? But once you take that out, now he accepted. You see what I'm talking about? How am I supposed to look at this guy? How am I supposed to look at this champion? This guy that everybody's bragging about. He get the best. He get. But then when the man say, "Look, I need you to go out here and fight some cats," you talking about nah. Anybody ever see Muhammad Ali do that? Anybody ever see Evander Holyfield, Roy Jones? I mean, hell, man. Any of them. I mean, you can name Julio Cesar Chavez. I mean, you name any great fighter. Who turns down opportunities to fight other great fighters? What are you in the sport of boxing for if it's not to prove that you're the best? If you're not out here letting everybody know, look here, I'm out here to let everybody know I'm the best at this thing, and and if I'm not the best, I'm gonna figure my rank because I'm gonna go through the gamut to be who I can be, so I can get my rightful place in this whole thing. That's got to be the aim of this. Because not everybody can be the best, but you know what I'm saying. That's what the average fight, most fighters should be rooting for anyway. To me.
Well, see, I think the thing that's different, though, is that when we talk about a lot of the past greats, were they great fighters? Yes. But to be completely honest, a lot of them left a lot of money on the table. You know, if you take away George Foreman, getting the George Foreman grill, almost every American heavyweight champion in the last 30 years would have filed for bankruptcy and had huge financial problems.
No doubt.
So,
but yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say. So I think now it's kind of how it is with basketball. It's a different era. They're like, well, look, and Floyd Mayweather said it himself: being a legacy won't pay your grandkids college tuition. And you got fighters now. They're saying, look, I don't have to necessarily be great if I can be super rich because let's be honest. There's a lot of great. how many fighters can you guys name that were really great legacy fighters and died broke or broke right now? And I think boxers are looking at that and saying, okay, I could be I don't know. I'm trying to think. There's so many guys. Let's look at Evander Holyfield. I mean, one of the highest paid heavyweight champions, decorated amateur, Olympian, cruiserweight champion, heavyweight champion, lost his mansion. Fighting at 60 for a $5 million check, and he shouldn't be. So a lot of these fighters are not. They're looking at it as, how much am I getting versus what are you gonna remember me by? And that's just the way it is now.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, and that's the beauty of the PBC and Al Haymon. Al Haymon came into sport just to change that, and he's done that. All his fighters are not going. None of them are going to end up that way, and he guaranteed that to them when they first came in, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful for the sport. So now all they got to worry about is just go out there and build their legacy the way that they want. And that's the thing, with a guy like that getting into a sport like that, that's changing it for the promoters and everything, which is why he hated. He's hated because of that. It ain't because he black, and that's partial for some of these, because that element exists in the sport of boxing. But for the most part, he's changing the game. The promoters can't get over on the fighters as much as they used to, because this guy came in now with this new deal and new way of dealing with them. So these guys got to deal more up front with the fighters now, and they don't like that. I mean, you even heard Eddie Hearn's father say, we're back in the day we could do this, but now I have to say this. Even he acknowledged that. So that changed it in the sport as well. But if you're out there and you're fighting the best and you're beating the best, you're always gonna have the honor, because it's more than just money and all that. But the money will come if you get the right fights, you have the right management. You know what I'm saying? And you out there, there's no way. And if you fight all the best guys, and that's what these fighters did, and a lot of them, even the great Joe Louis, man, it was a shame how his career ended and his life ended up for him with all the great things he did for the country, and the country did not back him. You're absolutely right about that, Brandon. Ain't no doubt about that, good brother. But that's why I'm glad that Al Haymon is in the sport of boxing, and he's here to change it. Now you got MTK Global, who basically is trying to mimic the PBC model, the advisor and all that. Who came up with that? That was Al Haymon. It's changing up things. It's giving the fight a little bit more security now. So that is a step in the right direction. But I do see your point, though, good brother.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. It's just it's one of these things where it's like now, because you have a model that says, look, I don't have to have a promoter. If I have a good advisor and a manager, we can make money and be okay. It's a little bit, it's a different dynamic, and it can be better for the fighter, because the fighter can say, look, maybe I don't make as much, but it's mine. There's no hidden fees. There's no headache with it, and I think that's the way it should be in boxing, because if you look at a lot of these guys nowadays, one punch changes everything.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And they don't know how long they're gonna last. I can't tell you that Spence will ever fight again, because I don't know. He may say, my body's been broken, my eye hurts, I might retire tomorrow. And if he wants to retire, he shouldn't think, am I gonna have enough money? And I think anybody who puts themselves in the ring should be able to say, look, there's a certain point where I shouldn't have to take abuse for a paycheck. And I think that's the model that it should be. It should be boxers first, everyone else second. Because let's be honest, none of these promoters are going to go broke tomorrow. You never heard of a promoter who was promoting, Mike Tyson or somebody saying, man, I'm eating cat food 3 years later. But you hear about boxers on hard times all the time. And I think that's what we need.
Yeah, and that's what Earl Spence said when he was trying to figure out where he wanted to go when his father met with Al Haymon. Al Haymon set him down, and they didn't even talk boxing. They was talking financials, investments and stuff. He's already said if he stopped fighting right now, his family's taken care of for life, because his investments are already taking place. You got him, you got Deontay Wilder, you got all these guys that all talk about how they're taking care of with investments and everything. And that's the greatest thing about that whole situation with the PBC, because it's taking care of these guys. We don't need to see no more guys like shoot, man, what's the guy from Philly, man, with the fastest hands back in the day that lost to Julio Cesar Chavez, Meldrick Cheller. Ended up like Meldrick Cheller and stuff like that, man. And these guys out there, 50 years old, trying to still fight them to earn a couple of dollars when they're not even supposed to even be in the ring because they're not really together well in the head because they punchies, you know, for all the work that they put in. That's a shame, man. Boxing should take care of these guys. They should not throw these guys away. It ought to be some programs. It ought to be some funds put together for these guys, man. These guys gave, you know, I mean, they put their life on the line out there for our entertainment, man. People got to really, you know, think about that and do something, because that's something that can be done. And these big wigs is making enough. There's enough money in the sport, man. I mean, if you can get a match where you got Mayweather fighting and making $100 million or something like that, man, knock 20 million off of it, throw it in a fund for these guys, man. You know, that 20 mil can go a long way to a lot of guys out here that really deserve it, man. You know, so hopefully boxing would do that, you know, get evolved to that, man. But you know how you need the right people that have the power in the sport as promoters and such, that when these people get there that are boxing purists, if these people ever get in those positions, then you can see boxing make a comeback to what it's really supposed to be, and it's going to be cleaned up. But until that day, everybody's going to be there trying to take advantage of it. You know, we're going to get from what we want. We don't care what we leave. We don't care if it's a great matchup we give it. As long as we know we can make a lot of money about it. You see what I'm saying? We ain't worried about if it's a Thriller in Manila. It don't got to be. You know, it ain't got to last 20 seconds. As long as at the end of the day, when we count them receipts, you know, we make an X amount of millions. You see, the direction of the sport is wrong now. And that's what's got to come back, you know. And this is the time. It's right. It's right now for it to happen.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. You know, like me, I'll tell any fighter, look, you should make enough money. And maybe, you know, a lot of boxers, you're not going to start off making millions. But when there's a point where you are making decent money, you should never have to sit there and count your money to see if you're going to be okay. That should be the game plan going into it. Because then if you want to retire at 30, you can retire at 30 and there's no problem. Because to me, a fighter, if you're still trying to chase money at 33 and 34 and 35, you messed up somewhere. Because boxing doesn't care. Boxing's not going to save you. Boxing's not going to forgive you. Boxing won't always be there. And I think fighters just have to be smarter about their money because of the guys in the past mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's part of what's changing. Because like I said, you got MTK Global now, you got Al Heyman, you know, the old school promoter type of structure is under attack right now. That's why, you know, De La Hoya kind of, you know, he just wailing in the wind. Bob Arum, you know, whenever Bob gets out of there, you know, it's going to be a big change, and you're going to see more fighters want to go that route because of the security. Because, you know, word is getting out. Fighters are talking to each other and they letting everybody know, look, man, hey, you know, you had the Charlos try to tell cats, man, you need to come over here and make money over here, man. I'm trying to tell you, this is where the money. But people keep saying, well, you only grossing this, but they're not looking at the back end money and all the other monies that they're getting too. These guys, man, I looked at the Charlos house, man. I'm looking like, good God Almighty, man, what is going on here? You know what I'm talking about? Shoot, man, let me fight a referee or something.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing, though. But see, here's the thing, though. That came to the Charlos by being loyal and working with Al for years. They didn't try to screw Al over. They didn't try to go for quick money. They actually believed in each other and worked together. And I tell anybody, if somebody's with you when you're broke, they will make you successful, because when you're broke, 0 minus 0 is nothing. So trying to get this quick lick and thinking that when a guy promises you something who hadn't put in any time with you, going to pay off, that's one of the problems with boxing. Boxers are not protected when it comes to a lot of these predators. They really aren't. They can get themselves screwed up into something so fast and never come out of it. And that's another reason why you won't see any of these fights, is because the promoters control so much at times where it's just like, you know what? What's the point? You're gonna take what's the point of me fighting for 10 million if you're gonna take 3 million? I'm not getting 10 million. I'm getting 7 million, which is still good money. But why can I get 10 million?
See, and there you go. They can change. They can somehow alter the pay structure to where the fighter's money is just the fighter's money, and budget it another way. You know what I'm saying? Since the management team is doing a negotiation, you know, they should negotiate his portion and then also negotiate theirs. You know what I'm saying? That could, you know, maybe that's something that the sport could evolve into. You know, I don't know. You know, that's a little bit over my expertise, but you know, who knows? I mean, for the sake of the sport, you know, I'm just brainstorming, you know, things that could get this thing back to moving to where we can have fighters fighting and motivated to fight the best fighters, so we can have the best fights. you know, and more of them, you know. I mean, I don't mind rematches and trilogies and stuff like that. To me, it's awesome, you know, because especially when they split, you know what I'm saying? You can get 5 out that deal, you know what I'm saying? That's more money too. So, you know.
Nah, I'm glad you said that, because earlier we was mentioning about the Wilder fight. Somebody was like, man, they just wanted to get the fight over with. Now, okay, then did this. We didn't have a draw, and Fury won. So if Wilder wins,
they gonna want to do it.
Right. Can Tyson Fury come back and be like, well, did this? And nothing's been settled.
Hey, and then it's no longer 3 top champions anymore. I mean, you can talk about Usyk if you want to. I don't think Usyk has beaten either one of them guys, but you know what I'm saying? That's just a formality. But those would definitely be the top 2 guys now. And if you know, he beats him back, you know, beats Fury, which I fully believe he will, then, you know, if Fury would want to get back in the ring with him again, which I don't know. We'll see, you know, because it's hard to get him back in the ring now, you know.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go back on mute. If Wilder beats Fury, I do not care to see a 4th fight. I don't care. I do not care. I do not care. Let me say it again. If Wilder beats Fury, I don't want to see a 4th fight, because at this point, it'll be, 2 more years before they fight? I mean, come on.
Hey, I feel you on that. But here's the draw and here's the hook, though. Now, what if they do fight this 3rd fight, and this mug is like the Thriller in Manila? You know what I'm saying? And it goes down to the 12th round in the last minute. Then, you know, let's say Wilder wins. And then, you know, this is a great, exciting fight. It's much closer and everything was more together. You know, he got the win. But now, okay, you wouldn't be interested in seeing the next fight after following a fight like that. Would that change your mind?
No, dude. This has been long enough. Like,
He's done with it, man.
I mean, this has been long enough. Yeah, dude. Okay, think about it like this, right? We're talking. They fought last February, right? And they're gonna fight next weekend. You can't convince me that if they wanted to do another rematch, that it would happen within 9 or 10 months.
Yeah. Yeah, the way things have been going, it'd be hard to really, you know, guarantee that. Yeah, for sure. I feel you there. And that weight is us. This weight has been brutal, man. This weight has been brutal.
That's my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see a good fight. I want the best man to win. Yeah, I want to see a good fight. Let the best man win. But I mean, there's a point where you say, you know what? We don't have to do this again. We can say, you know what? We can just say, hey, you won. It's over. And I'm fine with that. Whoever wins, move on. Because let's be honest, other than Wilder fighting Ortiz in that rematch, he hasn't defended the title against anybody else since the first Fury fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's true.
No, hold on. No, he fought Wilson McCullough twice. Damn, dude with the dreads.
Yeah, but that was before Fury, though.
Yeah, that was before he fought Fury. Right.
Severn. Yeah.
Yeah, Severn.
Yeah, you got a point there. But you know, I mean, and then here's another thing. What if they had a fight and, you know, Wilder knock him out in 3 rounds convincingly and just flatten him out cold? Anybody interested in the rematch behind that one?
Dude, I don't care. If Wilder can knock him out first punch, first round, I don't want to see a rematch after that. You cannot convince me. There's no scenario. Wilder could come out with a baseball bat and beat him with a baseball bat. I don't want to see a rematch. Like, there's nothing you can say that's gonna make me want a rematch on this one.
Yeah, and you know, for the most, well, I see how my brother feel, but like for the most part, people been talking so much about Wilder, man, and he ain't got no chance, and ain't no need, and nobody wants to see it. If that happened, I wonder to the masses, will that change their opinion? You know, the ones that have been so critical of him, you know, so hard. Oh man, he just ain't got no chance. Well, you know, Fury's got him, and he this and that. And that. If that happens, will that make them say, okay, well, wait a minute, we gotta see it again, or you know, I just wonder what their response would be to that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm gonna say this, and I gotta get off the phone. I'm at the store, and my phone's about to die. If Wilder beats Fury, all those people that doubted Wilder are gonna disappear. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I never said this," or "Oh, well, you know, Fury, blah blah blah." Because the one thing about people when it comes to boxing is they will say a bunch of stuff, and then the second they wrong, they disappear on you.
Yeah.
You can't find them. You gotta do welfare checks to make sure they didn't kill themselves over
Yeah,
stuff.
man, you gotta put an APB out on them.
Yeah. So, and guys, it's been very real. I enjoyed it. Sorry, I gotta get out the phone. I will catch up with you guys later.
Yes, sir, good
y'all
brother, man. We're gonna link up soon too, bro.
Yeah. You got my info. Link up with me. We'll
Yes,
go
sir.
from there, guys. Hey, and y'all have a good one now.
Yes, indeed. You the same, good brother. Yes, indeed.
Yes,
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, he always bring the other aspect of the game to the table.
Yeah, that's true, man.
It make you think. You make
Yeah,
you
it's
think
something to think
outside of
about.
a fan. Outside of a fan.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
a lot of things we be thinking just of the fight on the fan side and not the business side, or you know.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate that guy for coming through, man. Hey, yeah, man. Yeah, that's sad, man. We ain't gonna get this fight probably Monday, so. So I guess we be waiting on the Wilder fight, but then we got Jamal Herring and Shakur Stevenson coming up. We got Cool Boy Steph and Figueroa coming up.
I thought they canceled that. Did they postpone it or something? Did somebody get COVID or something?
Yeah, they moved it in November.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be a good one too, man. Cool Boy Steph really, that's gonna be a good fight.
Gerard Ennis got a fight coming up.
Okay, who in it?
I don't think they even announced his opponent. I don't think.
I seen that they was talking about somebody, but I didn't get the whole information on that, man. I was trying to, peek in at it a little bit, but yeah, I'm anxious to see who we gonna fight next, man. I need to put him in there with that Stanionis guy, Imantas Stanionis, that white guy. I think that's a good matchup too, because they about at the same par in their rise right now, But Stanionis has got a leg up on him because he got that win over whatchamacallit, that put him in a position for the IBF, I believe. I'm not mistaken. One of them belts could be the WBA, but I don't know. But I'm anxious to see how that's going to shake out. Yeah, man. Yeah, the next Saturday, man. It's on, man. Finally, hopefully it go down, man. When you getting this close, man, it started to make me worry because they always, something always coming up with this fight, man. So I understand what my brother Brandon was saying, man. When everybody is in the venue and they there and they coming down the aisle, okay, I can start getting excited a little bit.
Hey, yeah, it's going down, man. It's going down. It's going down. I just wonder.
Yeah, because I think if they delay it anymore, it probably won't happen.
This is gonna be tremendous, man. It's gonna be a tremendous fight. A tremendous fight. Damn. We got I'm trying to find his Instagram, man. Here we go. I don't know if they see it.
Yeah, man. I might just
fight October 30th.
October 3rd? Okay.
In Vegas. See, it's not saying he ain't saying his opponent.
Okay, well, they might not have known them yet. Yeah, that's good seeing back in action, though, man.
Yeah, October 30th on Showtime
All right, that's what's up.
in Vegas. Yeah. So we got Deron Ennis, man. We got the Sean Porter and the motherfucking Crawford fight.
November.
Since oh yeah, we got Manny Pacquiao and retired, man. He chose to retire.
Yeah, he just as well, man. He should have did that months ago, but that's okay. You know, I wish that Earl had a chance to put him to bed officially, though. Earl deserved that right, man. I said, man, this dude, Earl is just, man, unlucky as hell, man. I swear to God, man. I ain't never seen somebody so unlucky at key pivotal moments, man. That was one he needed for his resume to really, you know what I'm saying? I can't understand it, man. He hadn't had a chance to get this undisputed, even though he'd been after it for years. You know, I mean, everything is like just so hard for him to get to. It's like I can't understand it. A guy that goes out and fight everybody that, you know,
hey, I'm gonna tell
people
you,
want to see him fight.
When you that's what separates the greatness in people. You feel me? It's like LeBron James. They always throw obstacles and put obstacles in front of you. You feel me? To make the weight 10 times more that pressure. You feel me?
Exactly.
You feel me? And I feel the same way about Earl Spence. Like, you know, shit just coming his way to make it that much harder. But guess what? The more he dig and more he work at it, and the more he surpassed them obstacles, man, you earned that shit, bro. They can't take nothing back from it.
Exactly.
They can't take nothing back. When nothing you wasn't spoon fed. You feel me? You really went out there and earned that shit. You feel me? Yeah. That'd be the difference with some of these athletes, man. A lot of athletes, man, they get attributes for nothing.
Mm-hmm. And he's a grinder, man. He like the grind.
You feel me? A lot of motherfuckers ain't really did shit, but they get all the credit in the world.
Exactly. And that's what really just pissed me off with Canelo, because he getting accolades like he's done something that he hasn't even tried to do yet. He hasn't tried to be the best fighter in the world. He hasn't. He's been fighting subpar guys for years, and everybody acting like he's fighting top flight guys. Callum Smith, man, get the hell out of here, man.
I feel you. I feel you on that one. I feel you 100%, because like I said this a long time ago too, man. If you look at Canelo's record, okay, he got damn near 60 fights. Fuck. But
and see, and that's misleading, because damn near 40 of them was over there in Mexico. So you really can't. That's subpar competition. So
just look at the competition of fights he done had. His last 10 fights.
Yeah.
This is a man who was in trouble fighting Lara.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
knocked out Amir Khan. You knocked out the guys that's supposed to have been knocked out.
Yeah, Amir Khan coming.
My problem is this: even when you step up in weight, when you fought even when you fought Robert Guerrero, it's like, man, they laid down, bro. They laid down.
And you can see it, man. This is the thing about it, man. And this was sickening to me now, because you can see the connection around the people around this guy. Canelo is manufactured, in my opinion. I'm not saying he's a bum fighter. He's okay fighter, but to be on the level that they're making him at, that's all strategy and plot. And then you got, when he come into the ring, he 4 rounds ahead of you before you got in the ring, and then he beat you by a round, and then I'm supposed to get excited, and he came in with 4 rounds. You see what I'm talking about? That's the kind of stuff that's really getting him over and putting him in the position that he's in right now. It's not because he going out here and he don't have to knock nobody out. That's the thing about it. Earl Spencer go fight somebody. Oh man, he didn't hurt him, and maybe he don't got the power, and the criticism come. But have you ever heard anybody say that about him? He couldn't knock Callum Smith out. Callum Smith was a toothpick, a damn a matchstick running around the ring with a swollen ass arm, but he couldn't knock him out. You know what I'm saying? But he can hit Crusher Kovalev and knock him out. Can somebody understand that? Somebody make me get that. Somebody make me get that. If you can explain that one to me, then maybe I'll come off the gas a little bit. But that don't make Crusher Kovalev. He hits him with a left hook. He done. He fold up like a lawn chair. But Callum Smith can go 12 straight rounds and not never touch the ground. Come on, man. Come on, bro. It's crazy, man.
So, okay, while we on this topic, we got Caleb Plant and Canelo.
Yeah.
Salute to WB Boxing. What's good, brother?
That's a dig. Salute. Hey, Computer Raw Alvarez, no doubt. Yeah. Oh, and guess what? We're gonna increase the levels. I mean, look at it, man. I mean, you got all this at your disposal. You go out there, you break the rules. Everybody know it. Oh, that's okay. We're just gonna elevate it, and we're gonna do it right now. But you know why? Because he tested positive. It's obvious, and nobody is people start to talk about it now. And Caleb Plant is putting the light on it big time, and kudos to him for doing it, man, because that's been going on for too long, man. And people been allowing it, and it's sickening to the sport of boxing, man. They cheating, they outright cheating. I mean, it's for certain fighters of certain persuasions that got certain organizations that's backing them, and it's obvious. It's not even hidden. And the guys come out, well, that's nothing. That's all that is Red Bull. But it was illegal yesterday. But since he popped dirty, now we're going to raise it again. Right. Not just for him, but for every Mexican fighter that's out there. For everyone, they all get this disadvantage. But nobody's talking about that in the sport of boxing. They get this advantage. And the thing that makes it stink and make it feel so bad is the fact that they cover it like this.
I'm gonna defend one Mexican. Benavidez don't get that. He don't get them. He don't get them. Exceptions.
No,
that's one.
He's Mexican American. See, he's Mexican American. See, and then he hit that damn cocaine. They red flag shit. He take his shit. He a pound over red flag.
and that's what started all this mess. He came in overweight. During the COVID, when the COVID first came, and your boy Canelo called up the WBC. Hey, I see that belt's free.
That's right. I need
to have that.
Yeah, I want that now. I didn't want 5 minutes ago.
I can add that one to my collection. Instead of the WBC saying, well, dig this.
Yeah.
If you want that belt, you gotta fight Benavidez.
And that would have been the right thing. That would have been the right thing to do for boxing, because everybody knows that he's the champ. He is really the champ. So for you to skate in and go through and get it, and if you get it, you get it. But at the same time, we can't ignore the fact that you didn't want this until this guy got out the way. I mean, I got to point it out. You got to fight this guy. You can't keep going around. That's what drives me crazy with it. I'm like, man. When you said you want to undisputed, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing to go for. Go get it, man. But fight the guys that's there. You wait till a guy dropped the belt, and then it's crazy to me, man. And that's where I lose respect. But like earlier, when he was coming up and he fought Triple G the first time and everything, it was a different guy. He was hungry. He was in there. He was out there, and he was grinding on here. I was like, man, this dude right here, all right. I backed him. But after that major deal, and he got that money sold up, and he ain't got to worry about money no more. That shit out the window, bro. That shit out the window. And I understand it for the financial thing, but you can't have it both ways. You can't be financially stable doing it the way that he wants to do it, and still run around here talking about you the best and you this and that, but you're not fighting the guys that other fan bases, rival fan bases want to see fight. That makes the big events. It's fan bases coming together to see an event where their fighter fights to this fan base's fighter. That's boxing. You keeping this from happening. So how can we like that? That's not good for boxing. Win, lose, or draw, these fights gotta happen. And that's the thing, man. And if the fights happen and he win, hey man, all credit to you. You did what you said it, you did it, you walked it like you talked it. Get a man his credit. But if you avoiding people, and this goes on for years, and then you had Jamal Charlo fought 3 mandatory challenges, man, to remain as the #1 challenger for his belt. And when it got to a point where they had to do something, They said, "No, we're gonna make you the franchise guy, and we'll give him the old belt." Then his fan base criticizes him for taking a belt he been working to get to for 3 mandatory. I mean, how can you do this to somebody? The guy's working his way to the top. Your guy won't get in the ring with him. If it's so easy, it's so simple, why not just fight the guy? Just fight the guy. Let's have it. Everybody want it. Then this whole conversation is not even necessary. We're gonna say, well, you know what? They fought. Canelo beat him. That's what it is. He the best, man. He did what he had to do. You can't say it because he won't give us the opportunity to do that, man. And then it's unfortunate because in fan bases you got different people with different agendas that's out here doing different things, man, and causing a whole lot of friction and unnecessary stuff that shouldn't even be, man. You know, this is boxing. This is what we love. This is what we want to see. But we want to see the guys fight, man. I don't give a damn. Whoever win. But I want to know who's going to win. Who is the better? That's the only way to know. But we'll never know when you got guys moving around and I don't have to. Well, you got to fight 3 more people and you got to go down to the pier and pull up a bushel of crabs and dive in there and grab 1 lobster from the river floor, come back here, then I might fight you. Man, come on, man. It don't take all that. You rank this, he rank that. Let's fight. That guy said he could beat you. If you standing in the room with a bunch of guys and one guy in the corner start talking shit, I'm gonna do this to you and I'm gonna this and that chatter start going around the room. Everybody's gonna start to look at him and then they're gonna look at you. They're gonna look at him, then they're gonna look at you. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's a question in this motherfucker. We need an answer around here. That's when another guy gonna stand there and say, well, look, I got bets. I think old dude gonna get it. I think old dude. Then the money go down. Now here we are. This is the sport of boxing. That's what it is. The money on the floor. Who gonna win? This got to be answered, man. These guys are not, that's what it's supposed to really be about. But somehow it's lost in the thing, man. That's what I hate, man. But we'll see what happens. I expect the fight to be much better than people think. I think Caleb Plant gonna give him much more problems than they think, man. And if you look at him, man, I mean, Caleb look like he's ready, man. I don't know. If he can keep him at a distance for the fight, and he can consistently do that and keep moving craftily like that, and really be dedicated to keeping him back like that. Oh man, and there's nothing he can do because he won't be able to be in range to do anything. And that's the whole thing. These other guys haven't been able to do that. Callum Smith sure ain't with that little, spaghetti arm damn jab he had. That wasn't nothing. But if you got a decent pop on it, that's gonna really make him respect it. That's when he's gonna have a problem, and that's any fight.
Okay. Oh, salute G5 Jeff. What's good, brother?
Jeff in the building. Good, bro.
Salute. Hey, there it is. Do you think that Caleb Plant hits hard enough to make Canelo respect him to where he can keep that space? You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people Canelo been fighting. Okay, Triple G was good at it because we know Triple G is hard. Besides Triple G, what heavy puncher have we seen Canelo fight?
Exactly. And really to answer that, I really feel like this. I don't think it's so much the power, but how and where he hits them when he does deliver. It's a way to, just like if you watch Larry Holmes had many uses for his jab. I mean, one of the best jabbers in the history of boxing. If anybody want to throw a jab, you watch Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes got many ways to use that thing. And you just watch where he lands and how you hit them in certain spots. You really don't have to hurt him, but you can swell him up. You can cause other problems that can make it hard for him. You can make him step in a certain way. And if you catch him just right, then he got to reset his feet. While he resetting his feet, you back over here again. You keeping him off and you keep him just out of distance, out of range, and you keep him where you need him, where you can hit him and he can't hit you. Now, because he got the height and reach. I mean, we've seen that. And Caleb Plant look like a solid dude. He don't look like he's frail like Callum Smith. So he may be a little stronger inside when they, like up against each other. He might be able to push him off. Who knows? We don't know yet. But the possibility could be there. Looking at the build and looking how he didn't look like he was afraid of Canelo either. A lot of these guys, like Mike Tyson, guys that go in the ring, they, damn, I got to fight. Ding. Oh, hell no. Boom, he on the ground. He trying to get on the ground before the punch land, like Bruce Seldon did, Them guys would be already, out the fight before they even get started. I think that's going to be the crucial thing, man. He's got to make sure that he's catching them all in this area right here and make that thing swell up on either side of them eye. Get them yokes, take them yokes out. Mess with his vision, because that's going to play a part. And if him coming in, which he's going to have to do, he's going to have to come in. You got to use that against him. That's where the fight is. You can't let this guy just walk in. That's what old boy. What's the old boy he just fought, man? Oh man, English dude he just fought in Dallas. I can't remember his name now, but that was his thing. He was doing okay like that, and then he let him come inside. And as soon as he came inside, wow, fight done. Shit, yo. And I don't know what it is about the UK and these damn fucking clavicles. I don't know what it is. It's like all the rage now. Everybody getting. Didn't AJ just had that happen to him? I've never seen so many in all the boxing, man. I in 1 year I've never seen so many in fights.
They made a lot of people. They making a lot of excuses for AJ about him losing, and that's one reason why he would not fight Wilder.
Yeah,
that's one reason why I knew he would never fight Wilder, because man, the way he took punishment in that fight, man, Wilder would have been had him gone.
But see, he fought the wrong fight. He's not even fighting his fight no more, and that's where he's wrong. He need to get rid of Rob McCracken. That he's past that. Lennox Lewis said this, a year and a half ago. He needed to have gotten rid of him and upgrade himself. He even recognized in his career when he had to do the same thing, and then when he got with Emmanuel Stewart, he soared into another level. This is what AJ got to do. He went in there trying to bounce and box this guy like he's Sugar Ray Leonard or somebody from the distance, and this is what Usyk does. So you played into his strength, and it showed. He should have been the brawler. He should have been the guy that went out there like Chisora, going bang, home to the body, going just taking it to him. He didn't do that. So he really played into the guy's thing, and I think all of the accolades he got for beating Andy in the rematch. Which that style was perfect for Andy, because Andy's didn't have the abilities like this guy did. Much different fight. Plus, this guy is bigger and more statuesque and more of a boxer like that. So he played right into the dude's hands. But if he had went out there and played like he did against Klitschko, he had a much better shot of winning that fight, of landing that punch he needed to land. That would have changed the whole trajectory of the fight. But I don't think he still understands that. He's still sitting around talking about Rob McCracken, and then we're going to this, man. You gotta let that go, man. You need to come on over here, go holler at Ronnie Shields, Kay Karamo. He got to come over here and get one of these American trainers, man. He got to get away from that. He didn't go. That guy took him as far as he can take him, and Lennox Lewis was proven exactly 100% right in it. Because he looked bad in that fight, man. He was gonna be knocked out at the end of that thing, man.
He damn sure gonna be knocked out. That fight would last a little bit longer, another minute or so.
They stopped it early. They stopped it early anyway.
But then this is the thing though, like they're making excuses up for AJ. Like, but just think, like when AJ lost to Reeves over here. Yeah. It wasn't nobody fault but AJ. He chose to go train in Miami and do this and do that. So they made excuses for him for that. So then he go back overseas. He fought at home, and this time you fought at home in front of your own fans.
Yeah. Hey man,
maybe AJ need to get somebody else in his camp.
Yeah, you definitely
change that camp up, man. Because you too big of an athlete, man, to be getting done like that. Though.
Hey, think about this. Now Wilder's camp, has been kind of friendly with some of the people in AJ's camp. What if he came over to Malik Scott?
Oh,
I don't know.
so listen to this. Well, how would that work if Wilder goes and wins against Fury, and then AJ gets his belts back against Usyk? So then, how would that work?
I don't think that he'll do it though. But that's like a long shot type of thing. Something like that is what he needs. Is basically, really what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I don't know if he'll take something like that, but he needs a change up like that. And I like the way Malik Scott represents himself as a trainer and how he implements what he wants to teach and everything. I think this guy right here, we're gonna have to keep our eyes on him, man. This next Saturday might be the coming out party of the next Hall of Fame trainer, man. It very well could be. I mean, I love the way he talk about the sport and the way that he approaches it and everything like that. And he got it. And look at his fighter. Look at the eyes in his fighter. Look at the determination. Look at the change that is happening with Deontay Wilder. You're not hearing none of that stuff that you was hearing before. He dictates things. He doesn't listen to people. You don't hear none of that. All you see is this man in there sweating and grinding, and he ain't dictating nothing. He is being told, and he's responding to the things that's being told to him, and he's doing it to the letter. Now that right there makes any man dangerous. If you can stay focused and really put your efforts into what you're doing, and you dialed in, you hell to deal with. And that has been an improvement that he's made just by getting rid of soft talking Mark Breland. I need you to throw a right hand. I want you did the jab in there. Think about it. Jab with jab. Man, get the hell out of my face. I'm in a motherfucking fight. Smack me and tell me, look, man, hit this mother. You remember how Emmanuel Stewart did Lennox Lewis? He said, man, stop fucking around with it. Go in there. Get this motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need in the court. You in a fight, man. You don't need nobody over there. Listen, if you go to Walmart, you can get 2 for 1 on peaches this week. They got 2 for 1 peaches on sale. I don't want to hear that shit. Tell me look, I'm looking like shit. I ain't putting my motherfucker. Get your right hand up. This motherfucker's killing you with that motherfucker over here. Give me what I need. That's what he need, man. And you see that in Wilder. Wilder like he ready to go out here and run through a damn brick wall.
Hey, listen, and it's a funny thing that you say that because it ain't you say Emmanuel Stewart because, hey, Fury was in Crunk Gym, and man, They looking real crazy, man.
Yeah.
Some of their videos, man. I ain't gonna say too much, about it, but I'm just saying, man. Videos
Crunk Gym on their way down, bro.
Hey, the videos don't look right, bro. Videos don't look right, man.
Yeah. And Sugar Hill, all that clout he got from the last fight is about to go. He's about to be gone because
that shit don't look right.
Nah, it don't, man. It don't. And then if you almost look at it, it's like if you look at Fury is actually doing what they said Wilder did. He's the guy that's controlling how he's training now. He's the guy in control. You don't see nobody over there. Hey, do like this now, Tyson. You don't see that. You see him just out there. Social media. All that old goofy ass shit, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happened, man. Hope the perspective has changed since the last fight, and he done drunk plenty Kool-Aid now because they done told him he's greater than fucking, sliced bread now. So now he believing it and he thinking all this and that. Now, next Saturday, man. Hopefully it pulls off because I definitely been wanting to see it. It's been a long time coming, and hope it's a great fight, and hope Wilder go out there and do what he's supposed to do, get that win, man, and set that shit straight, man, so we can get on to the next fight, man. And maybe we can get him and Usyk, Why wouldn't they have if he wins? Why they wouldn't have AJ take step aside for Usyk? Remember the step aside thing? Everybody was big on step aside. Except for Wilder. Wilder wasn't on step aside. He from the gate. He said he wanted to activate his rematch clause from the jump, and he never let up off the gas on that either.
Let me get your thoughts on Rolly and the Tank Davis fight.
Rolly, man. Rolly.
It look like it's possibly in the makings, man. Because Tank has been training. Tank been training back home in Baltimore, and Rolly's been real disrespectful.
Yeah.
He been real disrespectful, and I mean, Rolly say this is what he want.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't. Kudos to him for that, man. At least he aiming for the top. He trying to take a shot at being the best, man. I can't fault the man for that. But do I think he's going to how he's going to do in the fight? I don't know, man. He got to punch his chance, I guess, But I think the moment that he gets touched by Tank, it's a wrap because he ain't never been touched by nobody that hit like that. And it's just a matter of time for him to get caught, and that's going to be the end of that. But kudos to him for getting up there and taking on the best guy. You got to give him that. At least he got the balls to go in there and take him on. You got other guys claiming to be great that won't even get in the ring with cats, man. So hey, shout out to Rolly for that. And who knows? Maybe he goes in the shows or something. Maybe something come. Ain't no guarantee. It's a fight game, and he can whack. So what do you know? What if he go in there and he catch Tank and drop Tank? I mean, hey, who knows? He'll bang as well. So, but it's going to be interesting. I really think so. But I think, if I got to really pick one right now, I can't really go with Rolly because I think other than that, Tank got the advantage every way on him. So, I think Tank is going to catch him, and that's going to do it.
Okay, then what about this? Have we seen Tank fight a fighter that hit as hard as Rolly?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think Mario Barrios punches a little harder than people give him credit for, but it may not be. It may not. He might not have. He might be the hardest puncher that he fought. It is possible. So that's why I say, if he catch him and he drop him, then it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? A whole new thing open up now. So but and also you got to factor in this. If Floyd is willing to put him out there against him. And he knows both fighters real well. He pretty much know who gonna get what. Because I'm pretty sure they done sparred and he got a pretty good idea of who gonna get what is what. So that make you think too, you gotta kind of go with Tank a little bit more too, just for that, as well. Yeah, but hey, they both getting, they're getting that payday. That'd be the biggest payday that Rolly can make, really, for himself. So that'll set him up for life. So hey, he ain't really got nothing to lose. And if he go out there and look decent, hey, that's more to him too. So he don't have a lose in on this, really. He can take a bad loss against Tank and still survive, and still be viable. So, okay. I can see him. But
can Tank take a loss and still be viable?
If Tank can take an L, I don't know. I think that'll hurt Tank a little bit. That'll hurt him. He'll recover, but it'll hurt, because they definitely got to do a rematch and all that there. But I can't see it really happening. But hey, man, it's boxing. Anything can happen. You can't count no man out. If he in there training, putting in the work, and he really trying his best, you can't take a man lightly.
All right. Yes, sir. It's good to have you back on the show, man.
Yeah, man. Been through some rearranging of things, man. You know what I'm saying? Back in H-Town, man. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we doing our thing, man. Get things set up, man. And me and my beautiful wife just celebrated our anniversary, man. 7 years. You know what I mean?
Congratulations! Congratulations.
Yeah, brother, walking around a little lighter, a little taller. It's all good, bro. But yeah, man, we are gonna start getting back into a little bit of a normalcy routine again, man. Getting the show back up and going again, man. And I know we got some things planned too that we're gonna bring out here too. So stay tuned for that. It's coming real soon. So keep your eyes on out and keep supporting my brother Basement Boxing Talk, man. Good to see y'all folks coming in here today, man. Showing my brother some love, man. He be putting that work, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely do that. Subscribe if you ain't. Man, come every Saturday, same time. Come check it out, man. Brother got some good panels, man. Good people on here. Know they boxing, know what they talking about. If you want to learn something about boxing, or you just want to hear some people talk some trash, hey, come on through here, because I'm gonna talk a little trash.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got some last comments, man, you want to say?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I may try to go live a little later, man. If you're free, man, I'm gonna hit you up. But we'll see about that. I'm see what we're gonna do. Maybe we can go a little later tonight and do a little show If not, man, we'll be in the works, man. But like I say, support my brother Basement Boxing Talk. Check me out, Black Star Sports TV 2.0. Also, Black Star Sports TV. Check that out as well. We out here. So check us on out, man. We're going to talk that sports to you, man, and especially that boxing.
Yes, hey, I'd like to give a special thanks to my brother Black Star Sports TV 2.0.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate my good brother having me, man.
Subscribe to my brother's channel, man. Help build him up. You feel me? And I like to say special thanks to my brother Brandon Cutton for coming through.
Yeah,
giving us the knowledge and the business on the boxing aspect, making us think outside of just boxing fans and think about the business aspect of the boxing game.
Yeah,
feel
for
me?
sure.
Give a shout out to the $1 Million Baby 513 for coming through with the interview.
Yeah, man, I missed it, man.
Yeah, we have to have her back, man. Her and Lil Hurricane, they come through. Hey, salute them. Hey, go to their Instagrams, follow them on their Instagram. Hey, it's some amazing little kids. I'd like to thank everybody who's been in the chat.
Hey, don't forget the good brother, aka the Apostle, man. Check out the brother.
And my good brother, aka the Apostle, came through. He always sneaking through, man. He come through, man. Hey, I appreciate him. Follow my good brother, man. He come through on Mondays. Follow him Mondays on Facebook. He go live on Facebook every Monday at 3 o'clock.
3 p.m.
Hey, you ain't no telling who you gonna see on this channel. I looked up last week. It was Zab Judah was on there.
Yeah. Barry Russell. Man.
Hey, he affiliated, so he official. Make sure you follow my good brother, the AK, the Apostle. And everybody was in my chat, man. G5 Jeff, man, TV, man. Salute, bro. Hey, thanks for coming through. Been a while, bro. WB Boxing. Salute for coming through. Bruce Goals, man. My good brother Bruce Goals, man. Salute for coming through. Roger Furlow. Salute for coming through. Mike 202. Salute for coming through. Gary Walker. Salute for coming through. T White 0786, man. Salute, brother, for coming through. Hey, let's talk sports, y'all. Salute for coming through. And anybody else I missed, man, I didn't do it on purpose. Appreciate you for coming through. Man, this basement, man, we going to be here next Saturday. We got the big fight going on next Saturday. We'll be here with our predictions. Hey, I'm going to the casino, place me a bet on this one. Got to do it. Got to do it.
Yeah, man.
I'm due. I'm overdue.
Hey, this the one, man. This the one. Get the money back on this.
This the one to get the money back on. Hey, I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. It's your boy Basement Boxing Talk. I'll see y'all next Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Salute. Salute to my good brother. Salute to everybody in the chat and the panel. Everybody out there. Be safe. And I'll see y'all next Saturday. And we out.
Steve.